already touched it, so now they're all electric.
No, never touched the door handle.
Be honest. I want you to be honest with me for like a minute.
Right.
You thought we were all filthy to begin with, correct?
Of course.
Of course. So now it just
here's the best way to think. The way to
worse.
think about this is assume that you have it, and I'm assuming I have it.
Oh, sure.
And then you have to assume everybody else has it. Therefore, you operate with that in mind.
Well, you and I mean, if we get it, there's going to be a park, the Chick McGee Park very soon.
Oh, you guys.
Oh, man.
I hope.
No.
Will you give me a park?
No, the sad thing
I'll
is...
make sure you get
You're
a park.
going to be fine.
I'll get you a park.
The sad thing is there won't be a ceremony to throw ourselves in the casket or anything.
That'll be one weird funeral, though. I'll tell you that.
Let's see. Let's move forward here.
I'll make sure there's at least one fist fight.
Coming up, as I mentioned, Larry the Cable Guy will be our guest.
Get away from it.
Hey, did you see the movie The Purge?
Sure, yeah.
I did not.
I've seen all of them, yeah.
Remember the very distinctive horn they use for the start of The Purge?
Yes.
That at midnight, everything's, what is it? You describe it.
Everything's legal, including murder, yeah.
Murder, yeah. Laws are thrown out for 24 hours and the purge begins, okay? Well, they had, I tell you that to tell you this. The music, the horn from the herds, they used that in a city in Louisiana.
No.
To start their lockdown.
That's horrifying.
What are they doing down there?
Did they blow the horn late in honor of the fact that they should have done this a month ago? Okay. Let's see. We just got up and running on YouTube, by the way.
Crowley, Louisiana, at 9 o'clock at night. You know how you have a tornado siren?
Sure.
They sound the purge horn.
Mr. Crowley.
Wow. Well, let's move forward
Terrifying,
here.
wouldn't it?
Christy Lee is at the Navy Federal Credit Union News room.
Yes, sir.
She has her own room. And then, as I mentioned earlier, Mr. Godwin is at the kids' table, surrounded by walls and glass.
And in sports, worlds will be colliding for Mr. Griswold. All sorts of things. We had a passing yesterday.
I saw.
Everything that he has held dear is coming crashing down.
The great Al Kaline.
The state of Michigan.
Mr. Tiger.
60s
happy
baseball.
news. Check local listings with regard to cloud cover. There's a great moon out there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
No, I'll have to go take a look.
Saw it yesterday morning.
It's the super moon.
Let's go hold hands. No, we can't hold hands, John. Damn it.
Okay, well, we'll that, and we've got some. I think we're going to come back with a song from Mr. Pat Godwin.
Yeah?
Yeah, and you're ready, aren't you?
Always ready, sir.
I have. I was castigated yesterday during the show.
For what?
We were talking about
Which time?
Today in history. It was the anniversary of ABBA.
ABBA.
The band's appearance on Eurotrash, whatever that show was called.
I'm sure it wasn't Euro trash.
Whatever brought us that douchey band to the forefront.
What about Waterloo?
So it's ABBA?
Yes.
Yeah.
ABBA.
Why don't you believe us?
Why do you hear ABBA?
Do you want to hear my Fred Flintstone impression?
Yes, please.
No.
Yabba dabba doo.
Yabba.
Yeah, you know it's Yabba Dabba Doo, right? It's not Yabba Dabba Doo.
Sorry.
Is it news to you?
Yes, it is.
You are just a snot. You're a snooty snot.
Hang on a second.
You should hear him sing Steve Miller. It's embarrassing. Abra, cadabra.
I'm gonna the greatest
Gonna reach out and
lyrics
grab
in
ya.
rock history. I'm gonna reach out and grab you.
Oh, man.
Coming up, once again, Larry the Cable Guy will be joining us, Donnie Baker, and more. Here's the latest from the world of data breaches. We get a new one of these about it. It seems they always come over the weekend. Mm-hmm. This is 5.2 million friends of Marriott. Turns out that there was a huge data breach, phone numbers, loyalty info, birth dates, blah, blah, blah. This happens all the time, and this is what cybercrime is all about. You got to be careful, especially with all these checks that are about to be sent from the government. You want to make sure that you get yours. And part of that is making sure that someone doesn't steal your identity, take your information, and apply for that and get it sent to their house. So this is where LifeLock comes in, and we've got a special offer from LifeLock because they watch what's going on in the world of cybercrime, and they'll keep an eye on your stuff specifically at LifeLock. And once again, lifelock.com is the way to go, or just 1-800-LifeLock. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor transactions at all businesses. LifeLock can see threats you're going to probably miss on your own. A wide range of identity threats, like, for example, your social security number could be for sale right now on the so-called dark web.
Yes, the darkest of all webs.
Now, join now. Save 25% on your first year by calling 1-800-LifeLock or head to lifelock.com. The promo code is TOM25, and that'll save you 25%. LifeLock is also very inexpensive to start with, so save even more. That's the promo code TOM25, lifelock.com for 25% off. Coming up, we have some happy news in the world of animals.
Oh, good.
Yeah, there's been some dirty stuff going on with some panda bears.
Pandas.
We need some.
Good.
We need
Well,
some. Let me get Dean on the case here. We need some panda porn music, if possible, Dean. That's a thumbs up. What a great assignment. Panda porn and Mr. Pat Godwin on the guitar coming up next. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Hi, this is Bob. And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, everybody. Mark Allison here with you on Tuesday. It is April 7th, 2020. Yes, we are here live. And yes, we're here to keep you entertained and keep your mind off other things. That's what we do. Hope you caught the show yesterday. We caught up with comedian Nikki Glazer. She's living with her parents. She never thought that would happen as a stand-up comedian, but she is in safe quarantine. Also, comedian Reno Collier checked in. Coming up today, correspondent Jess Hooker, Monologues with Kostaki Economopoulos. And we'll catch up with comedian Larry the Cable Guy. See what Larry's up to these days. Staying at home, writing jokes, making you laugh. Sounds like a plan. We'll have more coming up right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Lady Gaga, Paul McCartney, Keith Urban, and Lizzo are among the performers for the One World Together at Home TV special on April 18th on multiple networks. Lady Gaga says the advocacy group Global Citizen has already tapped corporate sponsors and philanthropists to raise $35 million for the World Health Organization to fight the coronavirus. The special will celebrate healthcare workers and the power of the human spirit. Other performers include Billie Joe Armstrong, Casey Musgraves, John Legend, Alanis Morissette, Billie Eilish, Stevie Wonder, Eddie Vedder, and Elton John. Dolly Parton, Rascal Flatts, and Vince Gill are among the acts who will pay tribute to Kenny Rogers in a CMT special airing tomorrow. They will perform remotely for the special CMT Giants Kenny Rogers, a benefit for Music Cares. Other performers include Lionel Richie, Gavin DeGraw, Jason Isbell and Amanda Shires, Jennifer Nettles, Lady Antebellum, and Rita Wilson will be your host. It's probably one of the most memorable scenes in a James Bond film, and the actress who made it happen has passed away. British actress Honor Blackman has died in England at the age of 94. She's best known for playing Pussy Galore in Goldfinger. Her introduction by herself, by name, to Bond, played by Sean Connery, produced an incredulous smile from 007. Blackman also played a leather-clad anthropologist with martial arts skills in the 1960s TV series, The Avengers. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Wow. When we come back, we'll find out about, we got a new story. The headline is Drugs into Butt. Into butt. Drugs into butt.
What are you doing?
Where are the drugs?
In God's name are you doing?
Hey, Tom, where are the drugs?
Into butt.
It's almost like you don't want listeners. Do you even like this show?
You know we hate you.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
penthouse. I'm a freshman at a small Midwestern university. And I never thought something like this could happen to me. When my teacher with the dynamite asked me to stay after class, and she started to undress, I can't forget the statement she made. If you drop your pants, I'll raise your grade. Dear penthouse, I'm a seaman first class at an overseas naval base. It's been 7 long months since I've seen a woman's face.
621 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's super moon.
Howdy doody.
Did you go look at the moon?
Like, you can't see it. Go
No,
ahead,
it's
Josh.
cloudier than hell.
Yes.
You can't see anything.
Heavy clouds. Now, I know when you come in, you think the conditions that you drive in are the exact same for everybody. We
was
know
here.
that. And you might have
When were
seen
you
the
here,
moon earlier.
midnight?
Yeah.
I was here 3 hours ago.
Of course you were.
Yeah, no, unfortunately,
I know. You
there's
haven't slept since 1988.
Unfortunately.
I know.
Was the deer still there?
Oh, my
Yes, it was. It was standing there and said, "Hey, is Tom coming back out?"
Yeah, we're out
He
here
had
to
a
see
rifle.
Tom. Man, he's something else. Where's Tom?
You ungrateful pricks. Look, when I came in here, the moon was...
Please stop.
Really? It's all cloudy now?
Yeah, it is,
that
unfortunately.
sucks.
Cloudy skies, 61, Q95, Fox 59 weather.
But later-
Brought to you by CarX. Yeah, it's going to be beautiful later today.
it to me.
Sunshine and a high of 74.
Yeah, baby.
What am I doing
Thunderstorms
wearing a flannel?
possible overnight, low 59. Partly cloudy, 73 tomorrow. Yeah, I know. Chick, are you wearing shorts today?
I am.
See you stand up.
I ran the shorts yesterday for the first time.
Yeah, I noticed
oh,
that.
Yeah.
How about you,
the legs
Tommy?
out. Tom, you want to touch him? Want to
Touch his
my leg?
legs. What are you afraid
it.
of?
Come on. Lick my knee. Come on.
Does anyone have a 10-foot pole
Knee, right
with an
knee.
electric prod on the end of it?
You make me feel dirty.
Okay, coming up, a world record that actually kind of ties in with coronavirus.
No, it's stupid, as always.
Also coming up, your shot at $1,000 on Q95. Pay attention. Oh, plus the Bob and Tom party coming up. Here we go. Yabba dabba do.
Please stop. Please.
Let's see now. Coming up, we have Larry the Cable Guy, Kostaki Economopoulos, Jess Hooker will be joining us. And this is the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here. And here is, what is it, April 7th, 2020. And we are socially distant and doing everything by the book, I hope. I have a technical question now. I want an honest answer. Christy Lee, are you still using deodorant?
Yes.
What?
Why wouldn't I use deodorant?
What are
now
the filthy
what?
germs in deodorant? What have you
the
heard
hell?
now?
It's not, you don't want to be using deodorant
Why?
because it's a way of social distancing. If people,
Oh, I see.
Oh, I see. It's a joke.
No.
Okay.
Are you still using deodorant?
Well, yes.
Have you?
You know what I smell like if I don't use deodorant?
Oh, yes.
Have you stopped?
Yeah.
No way.
No, you haven't.
Okay.
I
Ace?
still use deodorant. I just stopped wiping my ass.
What about drinking coffee? Are you drinking coffee?
So now you're going to, why would you quit using deodorant?
Still have coffee breath?
People will stay away naturally.
Yeah, but people aren't around him.
That's exactly the point.
What about Kelly?
It's kind of like, I use dandruff shampoo. You don't have dandruff.
Kelly's trying to keep her social distance away from me anyway. So,
Oh, I see.
Pat, you never use deodorant.
I use it every day. Tom.
Okay, really.
Do
you dye your armpit hair to
Yeah,
match?
of course I do. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah.
That's interesting. I've never looked at my armpit hair. It might be gray.
Have you ever trimmed your armpit hair? I
No,
recommend it.
I don't think
What?
It's very comfortable. Not
right?
don't cut it close. You just cut take
With
the armpit
scissors?
hair.
You're taking scissors up there?
No, you use a lawnmower. What the heck?
I have used scissors and I've used clippers before too. I go about half the length.
I've done that.
Man, it's comfortable.
Really?
Don't you get tangled up sometimes?
No. What are you, like a bear?
You're talking to a man who didn't get pubic hair till he was 17. remember?
Every body hair I have, I treasure.
done, Piglet.
You don't learn to hate jocks until you've had to be shower in high school with no pubic hair when you're 17 years old.
Yeah.
Let's see now. Where were we? Oh, I know. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Check. Ace Cosby is our engineer. Chick McGee's over there. Christy Lee is in her own room now.
Hi.
It's the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. Mr. Godwin is at the kids' table, formerly the Nuremberg room. Hey, Pat, how's it going?
Going good.
Got your guitar out there, son?
Of course I
Can
do.
you not say the word Nuremberg
Ever
for
again?
the rest of our lives, please?
Technically, it should be the Eichmann room, but that's even more unfortunate.
Hey, he said, trying to change the subject
Pat's got a song
desperately.
for us.
Where are we going with this?
You know, I thought I knew everything about the Watergate situation, but I watched a fascinating documentary. It's a documentary series. It's on the Epix network. Whatever. And it's called Slow Burn with Leon Neyfakh. It is the best documentary I've ever seen in my life over a subject I thought I knew everything about, but the way it's presented and produced, it's wonderful. Get the Epix network just for this thing. It's
Cool.
great.
There's
It's great.
So many networks I can't keep track.
Now, Pat's ready.
Coming up, we have a special Tiger King update coming up tomorrow from someone on the inside of the Tiger King thing.
Oh, cool.
All right.
So I can't really tell you much about it, but we'll find out more. Now, I want to say a preliminary happy birthday to my son, Willie,
William.
who's ensconced by himself in Chicago in an apartment.
I'm sure he can find something to do. Young man.
Is
by
he trapped
himself.
there? He's not trapped, is he?
Yeah, might as well be.
Can he come home, or is there a problem?
Yeah, why can't he come home?
Why can't he come
He has a
home?
girlfriend, right?
Yeah, but she's not there right now, so it's just him.
So
he's-
he tells you.
well.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell him anything, would you?
Many girls. Oh, God.
Do you have any
Can
birthday
imagine?
songs for us, Pat?
Birthday songs. Well, I could sing Happy Birthday if you'd like. But
Oh, okay.
Well, no, I
I
mean,
don't have any birthday songs.
oh, I thought you.
Jeez.
Okay, birthday tributes. Anybody famous? Any famous birthdays?
Oh,
we missed?
you would know what we missed on. We did miss something on Friday. Let me see where that is.
Friday.
Yeah, Friday we missed a very popular entertainer. He's been around a long time. I could do a tribute for him.
Okay.
See if you can guess who I'm singing about. Here
Okay, all right.
Here we go. Well, I heard a girl sing Donka Shane. I tell you, I was blown away. We saw the song sung on TV, and it was a dude, yeah. He's a Vegas act, plays drums and sax and dyes his hair a dreadful black. Had work done on his face, looks like a mutant. Wayne Newton, Wayne Newton. It was his birthday, Wayne Newton. Little tribute to Wayne Newton.
Ah, lovely.
Lock the doors. This is the
That is really nice.
audience I've waited for all my life.
May I tell you something?
Says that every show.
I went to that show. He did say that.
Yep.
Left after the third song, door wasn't locked.
Oh. Yeah, they-
You only waited for 3 songs?
Yeah.
What do you do? Duncan Shane 3?
It was brutal.
Oh.
He's
Yeah.
got that.
I bet it's a lot of ba-da-da-da-da-da.
And
Well, he's lost his voice, so it's hard. I saw him a lot in
this was
Vegas.
years ago. I was with our friend Jimmy Mad Dog Matus, and we both looked at each other and said, "We're done."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, sure, dog had to get up back to the table. So
Well,
it'd be
there was
ridiculous.
that.
Yeah,
That crap itch.
he could
What
have been.
did
He
have?
could have been seeing the reunion of the Beatles. He would have left after 2 songs. Those tables are hot. Let's be very clear there.
I'm losing money.
Going
Yeah,
sizzling.
the man has a system. Happy birthday to Wayne Newton. Do we know how old he was?
Is he still alive?
I'm going to say
Yeah,
it
he's
was
with us.
Birthday
close to-
Friday, huh?
Close to 80, I bet.
I can look it up.
Let's see. Maybe I can dig this up.
Well, happy
Perhaps
birthday to Willie, too.
Here.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the birthday today, huh?
Tomorrow.
Well, why are we doing it today?
So we're going to talk about it again tomorrow.
Because he's only listening this morning.
Because Pat wanted me to set something up, which I did, then he didn't get it.
Okay.
Tom did say preliminary.
Yeah, Pat said, "Hey, listen, you got to get me to this birthday thing, but I can't tell you who it is." So then I go, "Hey, Pat, how about a birthday song for Willie?" He goes, "Duh."
That's all true. That's all true. I could have sworn you
I mean, it was only. It
You
was.
know what? Yeah, I'd like to apologize to you for everything I've ever said. It was obvious. Yes. There's the kink in the system right over there.
How many, what now? Song? Did we have to sit
The last conversation we had was, he goes, "I want to get into this thing. I want to surprise everybody."
True.
What do you mean it's not true?
We had a talk about a request you had for an old chestnut of mine, Gangsta Folk. So I thought that's where you were going.
Oh, Lord.
I wouldn't believe
then
you
I
if
said,
you told me today
then
was
you
Tuesday.
said, get me into a birthday song. I've got a surprise for you guys.
I did space
Yes or
out.
no?
That's
Yes or no?
absolutely true.
Just say, Tom, you were right again.
Tom, you were right again.
Thank you.
I am so dismayed at how correct you all of a sudden seem and normal.
God.
Wayne Newton.
What? Song? I don't
Wayne Newton.
So, Pat, you ready in there? Yes. I got to get my guitar. What else are you doing in there?
I have all these papers in front of me. I thought it was Gangsta Folk.
You could have detailed the room with a toothbrush. In the time we've been in the room you're in isn't real big.
Wayne Newton, 78.
Okay, thank you very much. I like that song. It was Daddy, Don't You Walk So Fast.
Remember when
Yeah.
he was on the Lucille Ball show dressed up in the bib overalls and singing something?
I
Probably
do
Donkey
remember
Shane.
the
that.
cornet or something. Yeah.
Everybody, I
Yeah.
thought he was a girl.
I thought he was a girl.
Yeah, I think everybody thought he was.
Oh, well, happy birthday. Doesn't he own Tigers or something? Or?
Yeah.
Probably.
He's a weirdo.
He
yeah.
did. I
He's a
don't know.
tiger. He's a weird tiger.
Okay, so let's see now. Where were we? What else is going on? Oh, I know. We were going to check in with the sporting scene with Chick McGee.
Is that right?
Missed anything interesting?
Hey, the NFL has scrapped plans to hold their draft in Vegas. Of course, instead it'll be done in a virtual format with team personnel working from their homes.
$100 says Belichick can't figure out how to use the computer.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a guy there right now, probably.
Sure.
Going on.
Although now he's got a camera guy, of course.
Goodell, oh, of course, great camera guy. Goodell sent a memo out yesterday outlining procedures for the April 23rd through the 25th draft. Guidelines include no group gatherings. NFL canceled all public events last month, of course, as a safeguard against the virus. And Major League Baseball, get a load of this. There's an idea being floated out there to start the season in Arizona, Grapefruit League. I'm sorry, Cactus League, in the Phoenix area and playing in empty ballparks because in the Phoenix area, the ballparks are pretty much 50 miles apart. And there are like 10 parks, I think, or something like that. And in Florida, they're like 250 miles apart. So they're going to, the idea discussed yesterday by Major League Baseball and the Players Association, they held a phone conference about paths forward for a season delayed by the new virus. And they want to start it somehow in Phoenix and start playing games.
That makes sense.
In the Phoenix area.
This is like
with no fans.
The rugby team we talked about yesterday that wants to go to some private island and with 500 players and coaches. And
Yeah, they want to quarantine themselves on that island,
I
right?
don't see that working.
That probably, I mean, no, the baseball thing sounds a little more
Yeah,
reasonable.
that sounds a little bit more workable than
You see, for the NFL draft, they're going to do. They're going to apparently try to also hook up with some of the players.
Oh,
So they'll be,
Yeah.
you'll
have a virtual putting on of the hats. Is that
Oh,
what you're-
really?
Yeah.
they'll have 3 chicks come in and say, "Hey, put a baby in me," stuff like that.
typical draft stuff. Yeah.
I'd like to take credit for the phrase "put a baby in me," put a baby in her.
Does Donnie call them trash bags?
I think I
trash can
started that.
babies?
I think it would
Wastebasket
be so
babies?
funny if someone could hack into that thing, and when Roger Goodell gets up there, suddenly you hear booing.
Yeah. We're going to miss that, aren't
Well, I'm sure someone will, as soon as he gets up there, will immediately record it, add the boos, and it'll become universal.
I bet that's a real concern for the NFL and their internet force to try to keep the hackers out of this. I bet they're working on that right now.
By the way, congratulations to some of those NFL owners are really stepping up. Jimmy Irsay,
Yeah.
huge stuff in the wake of the coronavirus with respect to donations and moving stuff around and getting stuff where it needs to go. So bravo to Jimmy and many others in the world of the NFL.
And in Tom's world,
I'm sorry. The baseball thing? I'm unclear on how that would work. When would it start? Did they say?
they haven't said.
No, yeah, they're not going to make any decisions on that. But that's a pretty.
Putting all 30 teams in the Phoenix area and playing in empty ballparks among the ideas discussed.
Yeah.
There
There's some
you
beautiful
go.
parks there, too. Well, not that it matters to the spectators. But
Yeah.
Okay. And then hockey is going to do something similar?
because they're in the middle of the season.
Well, the playoffs would be
Well,
starting.
they can't do it in
Right.
Arizona because the ice would melt.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, that's for certain. Yeah, I don't know how the Coyotes
The
do
NHL
it.
playoffs would be starting about now.
Very, very.
Yeah. A couple weeks.
So they're going to, aren't they going to North Dakota or something? Isn't that the plan?
Somewhere in Canada, probably, where there's ice. Play all the games outside, is what I heard. Hey, yesterday, everything
awesome.
in Tom's world collided. Hall of Fame outfielder Al Kaline played his entire 22-season career for Detroit. In the 50s, 60s, and 70s, he passed away yesterday at his home in Michigan. His nickname, Mr. Tiger.
Yeah.
He was 85, fresh off the train and only 18 years old. Kaline ran into an immediate roadblock trying to join the Tigers, called up to the majors. He couldn't get past security guards at Briggs Stadium. In a 1999 documentary, Kaline says his bonus contract for $15,000 was a lot of money.
Sure.
There you go.
Yesterday, you told a story I'd like you to tell again that was so good. You were talking about the Cleveland Browns back in the day.
Oh, and Bobby Mitchell and Jim Brown.
The
were on
death of
Browns.
Bobby Mitchell. Can you tell that? That is such a great story. I'd never heard that.
Coach Paul Brown knew Jim Brown, knew what he had, knew that Jim was particular and a great athlete, but he's
very hard to deal with.
Very definite ideas about how he should be treated on the football team, and Coach Brown knew this. But Bobby Mitchell was equally. He wasn't. There's only one Jim Brown. So
Bobby Mitchell, an unbelievably great footballer.
Unbelievable. So,
and he would become a legendary Redskin.
Yes, and Bobby Mitchell and Jim Brown were late for a bus one day, and they were standing waiting to get on the bus, and Coach Brown came down and he said, "Damn it, Bobby Mitchell, why are you late for this bus?" And, of course, Jim Brown standing right there. Didn't say anything to 32. Giving it like the dick is to 49. So there you go.
If you ever grew up with brothers and sisters, you know that's what happens with parents as well.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Josh, what did you do? Jeff, standing right here.
Who was the favorite?
What the heck are you?
Josh, who was the favorite?
We always tease my mom that John is her favorite. And my dad's was probably me.
Okay.
No kidding.
This is, excuse me, editor's note, right? Delusional. Down on your.
And as Tom said,
Bob and Tom Show diary. But but Bobby Mitchell would become a legend in the Washington Redskins organization for like, what, 50 years?
50 years, and he was in management. Of course, a great on the field performance.
And you have to hand it to him for never punching
Taylor.
the Washington Redskins owner in the face. I mean, takes a certain amount of.
Oh, yeah, George Preston Marshall. Look it up. He fought like the Dickens having Bobby Mitchell on the Redskins. And there's only one reason why. It wasn't because how well he played. It was,
Did he think of the name Redskins?
The color of his skin, yeah.
Okay.
Great. Coming up, as Tom said, we'll have the NHL deets on them possibly playing in North Dakota, of course, where it's always under 32, and they can keep the ice.
Okay, thank you very much. We're getting email from all over the world. We love getting it. So it's Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. Tell us what's going on. We'd love to hear from you, especially if you have some happy news, something fun that you're doing.
Sure.
Something interesting. Did you guys get the picture I sent you of the girls? My girls
did.
playing Easter eggs?
Yeah, it's very cute.
Looked fun.
Yeah. And I told you what happened last year.
Yeah.
Went up to buy the eggs for Easter, and I came home with them. They were the brown ones.
Oh,
Yeah, not as fun to die.
Yeah, kind of.
Don't you open your package of eggs and look and make sure they're
not
cracked?
broken?
That's
Yeah,
what everybody does.
I wasn't really thinking.
Have your girls discovered the white crayon yet?
Well, I was
When
going to
dyeing
call
Easter
you
eggs?
out
I
on
love that. Love that trick.
What's that now?
because you don't like crayons, and there was a big packet of 64 there on the table with the eggs. You use crayons on your eggs?
How'd they get those awful
I don't
crayons
understand.
that you dislike so much?
Someone else must have purchased them. I'm not, as you know, I prefer the markers, but in this case, the crayons were there for that purpose. That's the only time I would ever use them.
So you use crayons on your hard-boiled eggs?
Is it safe to use like a Sharpie on a hard-boiled egg?
Sure, but it doesn't.
They can bleed
the crayon.
through, or
The
the dye
crayon
can.
it opposes the dye, and what am I doing?
Right,
It's
exactly,
like
yeah.
the concept of the batik, which I'm sure you're familiar with.
Oh, God.
I want to talk to you about.
How am I talking about something I dislike?
It's hard,
Every time.
or maybe it's not hard. I was
If
gonna
it's
say
not hard-
it's hard to talk about erectile dysfunction. Actually, it's not hard. That's the whole point of erectile dysfunction. That's where Roman comes in. Roman, R-O-M-A-N. It's a pharmaceutical distributor. They've been distributing the stuff you've been seeing on TV for years, things like Viagra, et cetera, et cetera. And if you think maybe you're a candidate for these pharmaceuticals, well, here's what you do. You go online to getroman.com/would. You do an online visit with an American physician, and if you're indeed a candidate for these pharmaceuticals, guess what? you can get them. And they've got free 2-day shipping. How much is the shipping, Josh?
It's free.
Thank you very much. How much is the medical exam that you do?
That is free.
That's free also. Okay. GetRoman.com/wood. Complete the online visit and then get free online. As I said, the visit online is free. I'm emphasizing that by saying it and sporadically throughout this sentence. And then the free 2-day shipping. So once again, you go to GetRoman.com/wood. Free visit. Do it right now. If maybe you're going to be stuck at home for a while, you got to. Now's the time.
Yeah.
Right? It's hard to talk about ED, but get part of your life back. GetRoman.com/wood. Once again, that free 2-day shipping and the free exam. Do it all online and get part of your life back. GetRoman.com/wood. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. Coming up, an interesting story. I was asking someone yesterday, I wonder if a lot of people that quit smoking are starting again.
Yeah.
And other things.
Just to spend some time outside by themselves.
Well, we've got a story
Where's
about
that?
how desperate some guy was for a cigarette.
Oh, okay.
Coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Everything about the show is at bobandtom.com. Check it out now. State law.
Hey, man, this is Donnie Baker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, what have you guys been watching while you've been staying at home? Well, let us know, and you could wear a pair of orange insoles. That's right. Tell us your show-in picks. Just go to bobandtom.com/show-in to submit your answer. When you do, you're registered to win a pair of orange insoles. You can submit a new show-in one time per day, so do it daily. Sponsored by orangeinsoles.com. Feel better, do more with Orange Insoles. They're with you every step of the way. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The NFL has scrapped plans to hold their draft in Vegas. Instead, it will be done in a virtual format with team personnel working from their homes. In a memo sent to the 32 teams, NFL Commissioner Goodell outlined procedures for the April 23rd through the 25th draft. The guidelines include no group gatherings. The NFL canceled all public events last month as a safeguard against the coronavirus. Major League Baseball thinking of putting all 30 teams in the Phoenix area and playing in empty ballparks. Among the ideas discussed yesterday by the Players Association, the sides held a telephone call to talk about paths forward for a season delayed by the new pandemic, people familiar with that discussion. And Hall of Fame outfielder Al Kaline, who played his entire 22-season career for Detroit, died yesterday at his home in Michigan. Mr. Tiger, as he was known, was 85. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
At the end of my will, it goes. Ends on a happy note. Actually, at the end of my will, it says...
Pushing button.
He's just pushing buttons. It's Tom's will.
With guest stars.
You know, there is one that he says, The Fugitive.
The Fugitive.
Thank you.
The first one we're playing, play that first one again. It's
Okay.
we're going to play at your memorial.
Okay, go.
The Funeral. Starring Tom Griswold.
As himself.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
The following is a paid advertisement for the Joe Jefferson Vocabulary Builder Upper. The Bob and Tom Show does not endorse this product, nor any claims made by Jeff Joseph or anyone affiliated with him.
Here's something new from the creator of the Joe Johnson Memory System.
Hello, I'm Jack Johnson. I get letters from thousands of happy customers who have used my memory system to improve their memory. I get faxes, emails, phone calls, and I even get thousands of letters from happy customers, all of whom have used my memory system to improve their memory's remembering ability. But are you aware that people often judge you based upon the size of your vocabulary? It's true. If you have a teensy-weensy vocabulary, people might assume that you are some kind of diseducated Mormon. That's why I have come up with this new thing that I call the Jeff Johnson Vocabulary Builder-Upper. Yes, the Jerry Jenkins Vocabulary Builder-Upper can make you seem intelligent. Does it work? Just listen to these ceremonials.
That's right, Joe. My vocabulary used to be small. I only used a fraction of the words and phrases available in the English language. Then I recovered the Jim Johansson Vocabulary Builder-Upper, and it increased my vocabulary significantly. In fact, I'm now up for a demotion at work. Thanks, Jake Jameson.
I had yet to furnish college when I relapsed that my vocabulary was very, very not large. I was strangling with my classes when I heard about the John Jennings Vocabulary Builder-Upper. In just a few weeks, I had learned 800 new words and their defecations. Thanks, Jimmy Jackson.
Ever since I took the Jan Jenner Vocabulary Builder-Upper course, I've been able to have really deep conversations with my friends and my coworkers I work with at work. It's also helped me with my clientels during meetings. I sound way more classier than I used to. They often ask me if I intended one of them extensive Ivy League universals. Believe it or not, I didn't. Jake Jorgensen, you're a genius.
Oh, 647 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. Christy Lee, a quick update on the forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather. We'll have clouds early, some sunshine later today. Check this out, though. A high of 74 degrees. Thunderstorms possible overnight, low 59, then partly cloudy and 73 on Wednesday. Big cool down coming for Thursday, so get out and enjoy these next couple of days.
Thank you very much. Coming up, we'll be chatting with Larry the Cable Guy. He's somewhere by himself.
Probably not installing a lot of cables.
Yeah. We'll find out about
Probably
that.
not, yeah.
Also, Kostaki Economopoulos coming up. Also coming up, your shot at some serious cash here on Q95. So pay attention to that. Also, for some serious information, Q95.com/coronavirus. You can find out some of the serious things that are going on. We also have a microsite that we're calling it Team Indiana with a lot of information about places where you can get food, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So please check all that out. And once again, listen for your shot at $1,000 coming up here on Q95. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here. Today is the 7th of April, 2020, and we are in the quarantine era.
April 7th, 2020.
Many ways to say the date, many ways to skin a cat. Let's see. That cat over
Why
there
do you
is...
insist on saying it wrong?
What did I say?
7 April 2020.
I said the 7th of April. The point is we're here, and happy to be here, too.
Yes.
And hi to all those great medical people out there on every level.
Yes.
Doing everything. That's so fantastic.
Some of you could step it up a little bit. You know who I'm talking to.
What?
Some lazy orderlies out there.
Really?
Yeah.
You prick. I'll take that. Where was I? Oh, I was going to say, there's our engineer, Ace Cosby, the head editor, deliverer, producer, occasional writer of the Ace Cosby joke of the day. Well, that'll be coming up shortly. Josh is over there trying to make the world mad at him at the kids' table in the Nuremberg room. It's Pat Godwin.
And
you got your guitar out there, Pat?
I do.
Okay, we'll do something from Pat in just a second.
Last week tonight, no, of course.
That's Christy Lee, of course, in the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk. This is Tom speaking.
On
Welcome
last
back.
week tonight, John Oliver, they showed a compilation of news people who are far-flung and broadcasting from their various homes, if they're wearing pants or not.
Oh.
Was the big question. There was like 100 people asking, thank you. Now, are you wearing pants? So when Jess Hooker checks in here, and like 10 or 15 minutes from her
We
home.
can ask her.
Where you can ask her if she's wearing pants if you'd like.
Might be actionable. Maybe you should ask her.
Or Josh could ask her. Anyone who...
I'll ask her.
Can I know this is our sports segment.
Funny.
Can I alert everyone to a fake story?
Of course. Yes, please.
Well, it depends on if it's fake or not.
It is
because
fake.
you hearing it and... Go ahead.
Okay, I'll do the story that's fake, and then you can do some research.
Let's hear it.
There's a story floating around out there that the Disney company...
Yes.
Never heard of them.
...has purchased...
The Los Angeles Rams, and they're going to put ears on the helmet.
No, that they purchased Formula One.
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the story is everywhere.
Huh.
I hadn't heard
I wonder how
that.
that got started.
The story's everywhere? Really?
Probably April Fool's Day, I'm guessing. Some jackass thought that would be funny. And it's so anyway, if you see that,
Fake.
it's fake.
Is Formula One even for sale? I mean, I'm sure everybody's got their
Everything's
price.
for sale.
Is there
But,
a
I mean, they're
sign
not-
up at Formula One's yard?
Bernie Ecclestone he's the guy that was in the news last week. What is he, 90?
89, gonna have a baby in June.
Yeah.
So the baby will be drinking formula. And the mommy will be changing diapers, big ones and small ones. But yeah, Disney did not buy Formula One. If you saw that sports story, and
was not aware of that.
Yeah. Well, the rumor
Even
was
the rumor.
that Ferraris were going to be replaced by teacups that would go 200 miles an hour.
Oh,
I'd watch that.
Okay. Now, which came first? Your joke about the teacups or the fake story that Disney was going to buy Formula One?
Christy, Google it right now.
All right.
Disney buys Formula One. You'll see it
I
out
just
there.
get the feeling we're talking about stuff that nobody else is talking about.
Well, that's what makes us special.
Is that right?
That's the point of this show. I mean, no one else can talk about your horrible childhood but you.
The NHL may consider holding playoff games and playoffs. Well, there hasn't even been a season yet. How are we going to have playoffs?
More than half.
Do you have that audio?
I love that.
No. NHL may consider holding playoff games in North Dakota if
Playoffs?
the season resumes.
He's going to do the audio for you.
According to Sportsnet, the league is eyeing the Ralph Egelstad Arena in Grand Forks, North Dakota for the games to be played.
Oh.
Sports Illustrated reports, I didn't even know they reported anymore. Facility has 11,640 seating capacity. There are a number of uncertainties the league is grappling with. The NHL Deputy Commissioner Bill Daley, not from I Dream of Jeannie and Bob Newhart, but another Bill Daley, likened the situation to a multifaceted puzzle.
So a puzzle.
Well, it really brings it home. The league. This leads to questions over whether the NHL will have time to squeeze in any of the remaining 189 regular season games to determine seedings or skip directly to the playoffs based on the current standings. If the playoffs started today,
Don't talk about playoffs.
Be
you
it
kidding
based-
me? Playoffs?
based on
I
total.
just hope we can win a game.
Please stop.
Why don't you stop?
It's not me. I didn't do anything.
One of the most famous quotes in the history of the NFL,
No,
Jim Mora.
Playoffs?
Sorry.
Are you happy now? By the one.
only reason he had that
Will you
story.
send me that story? Because that's of interest
Look
to me.
it up.
And
Look-
thousands of others
Yes.
listening.
Plow
but Tom thinks it's of
through
interest
the
to no one.
Disney thing, okay?
It was an April Fool's joke.
You found the Formula One Disney
Yes.
thing? Yes. It's a fake story.
A three-time Ironman champion has lost a virtual race after her husband tripped over her power cord.
Are
Oh.
you serious? Are we doing this story?
Well, this is the thing that people are doing to stay in shape.
Marinda Carfrey.
Miranda Impossible.
Racing against other triathletes in a virtual reality Ironman race on Saturday. Her husband, world champion triathlete Timothy O'Donnell. I bet there's a lot of food prep there in the kitchen there at that
Yeah,
house.
I guarantee it.
Good Lord.
Yeah, they've got a Vitamix in a bag.
Yeah, exactly.
Boy.
He came in to bring Carfrey her trophies for motivation, accidentally kicked out a plug and disconnected
Honey, look at how good you whoop.
from the race.
Yeah, well, I hope that she's never on life support.
She said in an Instagram video, "What an idiot."
Oh, boy.
She was
That's nice.
DQ'd from the race, took the
Good.
incident in stride, later posted on Instagram, while it may take a few days to forgive her husband for the colossal stuff up. The virtual race was still a really nice way to connect with the Ironman community.
That Iron Man ain't so tough.
What? Are you gonna? Is this gonna be the whole show? You saying things that are?
I have a buddy who did it, and my gosh, the training.
It's so hard.
It's so hard.
It's so crazy.
So I can understand. Okay, obviously they can do the bike and they can do the treadmill for the running. How do they do the swimming?
I don't know.
In the tub. Come on.
In the tub.
Are they just in their living rooms?
Yeah.
They're just doing it.
Makes as much sense as doing it on a treadmill.
That's a really great question.
I mean, you could certainly run on the treadmill and do the bike and with a stationary bike, but
coming up world record.
Do they really stand there with flailing their arms?
How would they do it?
I've seen a video where somebody did that. Yeah.
Really?
In the bathtub as a joke.
Oh, in the bathtub. Okay, but in the tub, yeah.
This just in, Scrooge McSchumacher is going to be driving for the new Formula Disney.
Oh, my God. We're back to that story.
Scrooge McSchumacher.
You've got to be kidding me with this.
Sorry, I'm just telling you, it's a fake story. It's everywhere. There are very many sports pages. When we come back, we have a world record. I'm very excited about that. We're going to get a song out of Pat. We had a request for something from Pat.
All right.
It's one of the classics.
Okay. Just sit there quietly?
That's classic. That is so bad.
No, we're getting that about you. In fact, they prefer if you went outside and looked at the moon.
I'll show you a moon.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Correspondent Jess Hooker, the Economonologues with Kostaki Economopoulos, and comedian Larry the Cable Guy, all on the way on a Tuesday morning right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. In a positive sign, China on Tuesday reported no new deaths from the coronavirus over the past 24 hours. Encouraging numbers on infection and deaths also came out of Italy, Spain, and New York. That had an effect on our money. Asian shares are rising, echoing the rally on Wall Street, fueled by those signs. Benchmarks in Japan, Australia, South Korea, and China gained this morning in trading as well. Wall Street surged 7% on Monday. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has been moved to the intensive care unit of a London hospital after his coronavirus symptoms worsened. Johnson's office says he is conscious, does not require ventilation at the moment. He was admitted to St. Thomas Hospital late Sunday, 10 days after he was diagnosed with COVID-19. And Wisconsin is asking hundreds of thousands of voters to ignore a stay-at-home order in the midst of the pandemic to participate in today's presidential primary election. The National Guard will help run voting sites across the state after thousands of election workers stepped down, fearing their safety. Dozens of polling places will be closed, but those that are active will open at 7 a.m. Central Daylight Time. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hi, this is Bob.
And this is Tom. And this is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedy on your computer all day and all night.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
I saw her sitting in a barroom in that smoky atmosphere. She smiled back at me as I drank down one last beer. She pulled me on the dance floor and we danced a song or two. It was then I realized that I bit off more than I could chew. I think I'm dancing with a man. She's got calluses on her hand. She's got a voice deeper than mine. She gets a stiffy when we grind. I think I'm dancing with a man. We sat down and talked a while. And we listened to the band. Oh, and a friend of mine walked by. Oh, Tim Wilson. And he asked her if she'd dance. Then he gently took her hand. Ooh, and he twirled her round and round. It looked like he was having fun. Oh, yeah. Until her skirt fell to the ground. I think he's dancing with a man. The boys at the lodge won't understand. And with her hand on his behind, they two-step till 9:30. Think he's dancing with a man. Giddy, 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 giddy. Oh, Lord, we're dancing with a man. It'll be known throughout the land. The two boys from Texas danced a jig with a dude who wore a wig. We've been dancing with a man.
7 o'clock at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy has the forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Clouds early, sunshine later. Look for a high of 74. Great day here. Then tonight, thunderstorms roll in, low 59, partly cloudy, 73 on Wednesday. We have 60 degrees right now.
Is the moon still hidden?
Yes, it's still cloudy.
It was really nice when it was out there.
Well, yeah, it usually is.
Sorry you missed it.
It'll be back somewhat tonight.
Let me get this. It's still out there. You
just can't see it because of the
we
clouds.
still have a moon. If the moon goes away, we're
messed.
Oh, boy.
We're messed up.
We're really messed up.
Good news for high tide.
Yeah. They're pretty excited about that.
Everybody's going to have oceanfront houses all of a sudden. Yeah.
Good to know.
It'll be great. Yeah.
Let's see. Coming up today on the Bob and Tom Show, Larry the Cable Guy, Kostaki Economopoulos, and more. And we have also some serious cash at stake. So please listen for that.
Geach, scratch.
Also, we're getting email from all over the world, which we're really enjoying. Thank you very much. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. And a special salute to Jim Irsay, who's really bending over backwards with the Colts, doing all kinds of great stuff with regard to what's happening in the United States, et cetera, and worldwide with coronavirus. So nice work, Jimmy Irsay. Now, coming up, we'll have a little more information about the NFL draft, which is going to be completely virtual.
Yes.
So,
and hey, if you're a Washington Redskins fan like I am, and you got the email yesterday, the Redskins didn't invent this scenario. The email that Snyder made it sound like, well, we've decided this is what we're going to do. No, Danny, Danny. Yeah, I'm looking for stuff. Yeah, that's right. What of it?
Sorry. Okay. Thank you very much, Chick. Let's get back forward. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show from our socially distanced big room with our engineer Ace. That's Chick over there. This is Tom speaking. Josh Arnold's over there in the kind of a subdued flannel today.
Yes. Our physical representation almost matches our mental preparation.
I'm wearing a beautiful pink sweater because I'm in a great mood today.
You sure are. You look adorable.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you.
Turn off her mic.
Springy.
Yeah, who needs that crap?
Jeez. Keep that away. Christy Lee is in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom all by herself.
Be a little springy. And
I miss hugging you, Christy.
I miss hugging you, too.
Through the glass, once again at the kids' table, it's Mr. Pat Godwin.
I miss kissing you, Pat.
I miss kissing you full on.
Pat, we have a request.
Yes.
Someone wants to hear one of the classics, and this is kind of a sing-along. I think we all know the words. They want to hear your song called "Gangsta Folk." Now, does this need an introduction?
Well, let's dust this one off. Take the gangster rap, tone it down, put it to a nice folk melody, so everybody can enjoy the message of the gangsta, filtered through the prism of myself. Here we go, gangsta, gangsta folk. I'm Patty G.
He's Patty G.
And it's all good.
It's all good.
I'll pop a cap in your ass if you're in my neighborhood.
Nice neighborhood.
You ain't all that, my brother. What'd you say about my mother? I'm the bomb. Say no joke, it's gangsta folk. I'm the bomb. Say no joke, it's gangsta folk. Thanks for helping. Shout out to my dogs. My hoochie's fly.
His hoochie's fly.
Don't diss my boo.
Don't diss his boo.
Or you'll end up like you know.
Tupac, that's who.
Shout out to all my G's. What's up, peeps?
Cracker, please.
Just Tom. I'm dope, take a toke of gangster folk. It's gangster folk, we be chillin' out. Puffin' on the chronic till we all folked out. Hoes in the hot tub 24/7, homie, ain't no lie.
Ain't no lie.
I'm the baddest MC. My rhymes are fat. I cock my Glock, biatch.
True dat.
For schnitzel, my izzle dog, keep on playing. You have no idea what I'm saying. But I'm the bomb, say no joke, it's gangster folk. Word. Peace out.
All right.
Thank you.
I love it when contemporary lingo becomes dated.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Oh, that's great, Pat. Thank you.
I love
Thank
that
you.
song.
Thank
That's
you.
one of my favorites.
Oh, thank you.
A
I remember we
special,
used to do it live.
request.
Yeah.
A special request. And you can make requests. Just say hi, whatever you want to do. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. Getting email from all over the world. And you can also find our show on your favorite station on that device you have at home that isn't a radio, but it is a radio too. That thing you talk at, that speaker.
A
whatever.
smart device? Sure,
Smart
yeah.
device, yeah. That's also a radio. Now, are we going to get back to sports, or are we going to do the big sad story in the news?
Uh-oh.
What's the big sad story in the news? I thought you were doing world record.
I did. I lost the world record. I don't know.
Is that the thing you ripped up in anger?
No, that's possible.
Can we just cut away from sports for 1 second?
Sure.
Or?
What do you
Some
got?
sad news.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Honor Blackman, the actress best known for playing the James Bond protege,
Protege, yeah.
Pussy Galore in the movie Goldfinger, has died at the age of 94.
Oh, it's Pussy No More. That's the headline.
Pussy no more.
And he always called her a pussy.
Yes.
Pussy.
You do a pretty good Sean Connery, Pat.
Pussy galore.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And I always thought that was such a cheap. I mean, that's the best. Ian Fleming had to be writing that thing and thinking his editor, he's not going to accept this. I'll call her Pussy Galore, then they'll scratch it. I'll go, come on. But they, and that's certainly, I think, the most famous James Bond film.
I would agree. Probably one of the best.
Yeah, and can you imagine you don't want to be there when the mortician says, hey, look, everybody, Pussy Galore. Yikes.
Oh, you're 94.
Oh, you're fired, Kevin.
God. Blackman, who became a household name in the 1960s as Kathy Gale in...
The Avengers.
That's right, chick.
Yeah.
And had a career spanning 8 decades. Died of natural causes unrelated to coronavirus. Her family called her an adored mother and grandmother who possessed an extraordinary combination of beauty, brains, and physical prowess.
She was on the Avengers before Dinah Rigg.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Mrs. Peel, yeah.
Oh.
Now, do you know who played Octopussy?
No.
Maud Adams?
Yes.
Wasn't it?
Maud Adams.
I thought it was 8 women. That's what I thought.
I thought it was 8 women, too.
Off on that?
Other classic Bond names. I know. Do you know who played Honey Rider?
Honey Rider?
Probably I would say the most famous scene in the history of James Bond films.
Ursula Andress?
Yeah.
Oh, was she in the white bikini coming out of the water?
When she comes out of the water.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty amazing.
Her name was Honey Rider?
Honey Rider,
And wasn't there a Plenty O'Toole?
There was a Plenty O'Toole, and there was a Dr. Goodhead.
That's right.
Those were Austin Powers jokes.
And there was a Christmas Jones, I believe was her name. Denise Richards played her, and after James Bond made love to her, he looks at her and says, I thought Christmas only came once a year.
What a mess those movies are. They should erase all of those movies and put them in a barrel and bury them in the
But
desert.
to think someone wrote that down and it floated in the script for several years, and they had to film it. Okay.
Stupid world record.
See, we didn't lose any momentum. We're just... A Chicago woman officially set a Guinness World Record after hula hooping for 100 hours. 29-year-old Jenny Doan inventor of Doan's
pills,
liver pills.
Oh, is that what they were for? Your liver?
I think so.
No, they were for
back, wasn't it?
Doan's pills were for backaches.
Carter's liver pills. Carter.
Doan's were, and I think they operated by making you urinate, I believe.
What?
Jenny made the attempt at, it's a diuretic.
Yeah.
District brew yards back in November, but was told by Guinness that they would need time.
Shouldn't it be a uretic instead of a diuretic?
Okay.
Diuretic sounds like it's going to give you diarrhea.
Yes, I
So
agree.
this is a world record that was set last year.
We talked about this, yeah.
Well,
And we're
sometimes we
talking
have to
about
go
it
to
now.
the archives because we don't have all the
No. It was just certified. If you'd read the
Right. This is an update.
There was some apprehension regarding her attempt as she had dropped her hoop at the 58-hour mark. Well, that sounds like a
That's
like
a fail.
That's
I
a
agree.
fail.
You're out. DQ,
You're out.
baby, DQ.
Hit the bricks, Jenny.
Yep.
hula hooping actually would be pretty good right now because, let's see if you had a 3.5 foot hula hoop,
keep people
everyone would
away.
always be 6 feet away.
Guinness ultimately announced.
Can you imagine
Doan
hula hooping through Kroger?
as the new?
Of course, now that I think about it, it would be hard to access. You'd have to have like a picking up stick.
Yeah.
Or have people throw you stuff.
The new record, 100 hours.
Hey, can you throw
Previous
me those
record,
Frosted Flakes,
shut
ma'am?
up. 75 hours. Doan is now training to set 2 other world records.
You throw
for
me
hula
those
hooping.
eggs? Ow! I should have thought this through.
You know, I was right. I'm out.
Remember, we watched her on the internet as she was doing it. So
Yeah,
I'm
we
glad,
did.
I'm glad that it was certified.
It was barely hula hooping. It was as close to not moving and hula hooping.
No, but that's the trick.
Yeah, she was doing it. Yeah.
I don't. She dropped it.
You couldn't hula hoop for 60 seconds.
She did drop it. That's
once in 100 hours.
Well, still,
that's still not
then
a
you should have
record.
to start over from the
That's an
beginning.
asterisk right there next to the world record, I say.
She's got high hoops. She's got high. You could take that one. When did she drop it? How deep was she into it?
74 hours.
That's pretty good. The mushrooms probably
At the
wore
old
off.
record mark.
You know, and her her boyfriend hacky sacking.
Yes, no doubt they're druggies.
Wouldn't that be pretty easy to fake? By the way,
Fake what? Hula hooping?
you have a camera on it, and then you wait for just the right moment, then you stick it on repeat.
Oh, you just have it looping?
Like every 7 minutes and
Like a
14
hula loop?
seconds.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
A hoop loop.
Okay, a hoop loop.
Yeah, because you don't change much. You just stand
Wildly
there.
amusing.
Cereal? Hoop loops? How about that? Breakfast cereal? Hoop
It
loops?
be the hoop loops. Boom, 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 hoop
Whatever
loops.
caused that, I'm fine with. Yeah. However we got there.
As long
What's
as
for
we can
breakfast?
call
It be the hoop
Yeah,
loops.
as long as we can say it be the hoop.
It be the hoop loop.
It'd be the hoop loop.
We're losing our minds, aren't we?
We should release Bob and Tom Hoop Loop cereal. That'd be huge. Okay, well.
And the O's and Bob and Tom would be the cereal. Yeah.
All right. Coming up, Larry the Cable Guy, Kostaki Economopoulos.
It's my favorite thing. He does something awful. I try to jump in, and then I'm stupid.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, thanks.
See if we get any more news about the death of Pussy Galore.
Well, I don't know much. She's still dead.
Please. What is it with you and Sean Connery and James Bond
He
and
grew
the
up with that.
Beatles and Al Kaline and Michigan and camps
Skiing
and The Fugitive and
Life was
Again-
better for him back then.
Again, my tip, if you want to be doing the right thing and not spreading the germs out there,
stay at home, watch The Fugitive.
yeah, and ski goggles. That's what I'm wearing now, ski goggles and my mask.
Good for you.
Good,
That's
good.
great.
If I go anywhere, my goal is not to go anywhere
Congratulations.
I haven't gone anywhere
What,
for
for
quite
a
a while.
year? How long are you going to stay home?
Indefinitely.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I bet you look like the Invisible Man when you go out now.
Oh, yeah. Remember
Bandage
that?
all just wrapped up and
74
degrees.
Bandage your head to toe and bandage.
Isn't there a new version of that out right now?
Yeah, and you can watch it
Yes.
at home now too. Yeah,
Elizabeth Moss.
Yeah, it's only 20
pretty creepy.
bucks.
I liked it. Yeah.
They can't imagine. They can't figure out why the views are down because it's $20 just to rent it.
Well, it'll be $20 at the movie theater.
Well,
Yeah.
but you're home.
Right now, I want to talk about Christie's money because it's happy money.
Yes, it's at Navy Federal Credit Union. That's why.
Right, Josh?
Uncertainty
exactly
comes in many forms in military life. Sorry, Josh. From unexpected changes in duty stations to sudden deployments. You know, we've all faced some tough challenges individually. especially right now where we're facing some together.
Well, thankfully, Navy Federal knows that their members will face these times head on, and they want you to know that they have your back because uncertain times call for reliable service.
And they remain committed at Navy Federal Credit Union to serving all the members all the time. That means branches will remain open as long as they can. The safety of our members, employees, and community, though, are first priority.
You can also get in touch with Navy Federal's world-class member service via the app or their website, whether you're on ship or ashore, at home, or overseas.
Yeah, it's very easy. We've had our members' backs for 87 years, in good times and bad. Maybe that's why we've been named one of the best military credit unions by U.S. News and World Report.
Serving active duty veterans and their families. Christy, that's how you and I are members. Our fathers served in the Army.
Yes, so thankfully we are allowed to be Navy Federal Credit Union members. I'm sure you would be too. Navy Federal Credit Union, where our members are the mission.
Navy Federal is federally insured by the NCUA.
Nice.
Yes.
Thank you. I like
louder
that.
I like that new voice.
Okay, good. Yeah,
it's like the same voice for the Weeby Hula Hoop cereal. Hey kids, Weeby Hula Hoop.
What is happening?
Coming up, Donnie Baker. You know, we also had the record earlier this year for remember the world's largest hula hoop.
Yep.
Yeah.
17 feet plus.
Yeah, that was a big hula hoop.
That is some excellent social distancing.
How you do that?
Yeah, that's
though.
some core, isn't it? Yeah, core strength.
You see this thing? Hey, shave your armpits, hippie girl. Come on.
Oh,
when we come back, Donnie Baker, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives. And it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Mark, are you there live? Yes, we're here live. It is Tuesday, April 7th. Hope you're having a great day. Hope that you have great plans for today, like tuning into the Bob and Tom Show. That'll take care of the next few hours for you. But don't forget, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, it's Bob and Tom Tonight. 20 minutes of video highlights of today's Bob and Tom Show tonight. Just search Bob and Tom YouTube. When you find it, subscribe. That's free, and you can be watching Bob and Tom Tonight. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Bob and Tom's YouTube channel, bobandtom.com, even on Bob and Tom's Facebook page. More of the show coming up.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Lady Gaga, Paul McCartney, Keith Urban, and Lizzo are among the performers for the One World Together at Home TV special on April 18th on multiple networks. Lady Gaga says the advocacy group Global Citizen has already tapped corporate sponsors and philanthropists to raise $35 million for the World Health Organization to fight the coronavirus. The special will celebrate healthcare workers and the power of the human spirit. Other performers include Billie Joe Armstrong, Casey Musgraves, John Legend, Alanis Morissette, Billie Eilish, Stevie Wonder, Eddie Vedder, and Elton John. Dolly Parton, Rascal Flatts, and Vince Gill are among the acts who will pay tribute to Kenny Rogers in a CMT special airing tomorrow. They will perform remotely for the special CMT Giants, Kenny Rogers, a benefit for Music Cares. Other performers include Lionel Richie, Gavin DeGraw, Jason Isbell, and Amanda Shires. Jennifer Nettles, Lady Antebellum, and Rita Wilson will be your host. It's probably one of the most memorable scenes in a James Bond film, and the actress who made it happen has passed away. British actress Honor Blackman has died in England at the age of 94. She's best known for playing Pussy Galore in Goldfinger. Her introduction by herself, by name, to Bond, played by Sean Connery, produced an incredulous smile from 007. Blackman also played a leather-clad anthropologist with martial arts skills in the 1960s TV series, The Avengers. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
A happy song. It's a world of buns. It's a world of boobs. It's a world of firm, perfect babes and dudes. It's for you. It's for me. It's on cable TV. It's a porn world after all. They show breasts now in almost all the flicks, but the women are mad cause they don't show men. From the day you are born, you're bombarded with porn. It's a porn world after all. Everybody, it's a porn world after all.
make a buck. But those porno stars, they get paid too much. They would sit on the face of the whole human race. It's a porn world.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
How many times have you been auditioning for like a civic theater production or a Broadway musical or a church show or a school show, something like that? And you had a great audition, you sang a song, maybe you told a joke or two, and then the director comes up to you and says,
Great audition.
Yep. 7:19 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
She's Christy Lee. She's got the weather forecast.
Q95 559 weather brought to you by CarX. We'll have some clouds out there early, but sunshine later today and warming all the way up to 74 degrees.
Oh, the clouds go away? Maybe then I can see the moon.
Well, then the sun will be up, so you won't be able to see the moon. Well, you might be able to see the faint outline of, the little moon shadow.
Moon shadow.
By a
big
shadow.
Muslim.
A big Muslim.
Shadow.
Big Muslim.
Thunderstorms overnight, low 59.
Fatwa.
Partly cloudy.
Cat Stevens. That's what he's invoking.
73 on Wednesday, cooling off for the weekend. Okay, that's my part. Apparently 60.
I didn't hear it. What happened? Okay.
It's going to be a beautiful couple of days. You'll be able to get the dogs and the kids outside to play.
What's the Easter forecast?
It's going to rain and be like 58.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let me
Gotta stay
double check.
inside.
Got the thing on my.
Let me double check.
Rain and 54.
Why did you ask?
It doesn't matter what the weather.
I was 4 degrees off.
The
I
weather
was
doesn't matter.
Rain and
It's
54.
got the little umbrella on.
The
it.
Easter Bunny has it.
80% chance of rain.
It's soaking wet Easter bunny.
Easter Bunny has the virus.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where we're going?
Yeah.
You missed that.
On a ventilator. Yeah.
Stop it.
Got his ears folded down.
You guys are awful.
It's mean and not funny. I want to remind you that coming up very soon, your shot perhaps at $1,000. Oh, yeah. So pay close attention. Listen for the mellifluous voice of me, I think, actually, is what's going to be happening there. We got the Bob and Tom after party coming up at 10. Also coming up today, Larry the Cable Guy, Kostaki Economopoulos, Jess Hooker, and I believe Mr. Donnie Baker will also be joining us today. So I'm certainly looking forward. In fact, I think in a matter of moments.
Oh.
So please pay close attention. Once again, you could get some cash coming up. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here. I look around the room. I see our engineer is Ace Cosby, the proprietor of the Ace Cosby joke of the day. He's about 10 feet away, about 12 to 15 feet away. It's Chick McGee rubbing his head. We have Josh Arnold, a solid 10 feet away from me, fortunately. We call him the carrier. Christy Lee is behind the glass in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom.
Yes, sir.
At the kids' table, formerly known as the Nuremberg Room, it's Pat Godwin.
Hello, everybody.
Guitar.
Hi, Pat.
Wow, I tell you what, the sad news today that Pussy Galore, the famous character from the James Bond movie Goldfinger.
Yes.
The actress Honor Blackman.
What a neat name, Honor. I like that.
Yeah, the exact opposite of being named Pussy.
Right.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
There's a lot of honor.
Honor, you got to be honored to get it that.
It's an honor to.
If it's a galore, it's an honor.
Yeah, it's just an unfortunate name. And then
Remember laughing out loud at Austin Powers?
Yes.
a lot of vagina.
Yes.
I
loved it.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And then say the great Detroit Tiger Al Kaline,
yeah, Mr.
known
Tiger.
as Mr. Tiger. Although in today's
What a great
world,
nickname, huh?
well, in today's world, Mr. Tiger, people would probably perceive that it was
Joe Exotic.
yeah,
right.
one of the husbands of Joe Exotic. It's certainly a reasonable jump, I think. Oh, can you grab that?
Whatever, brother.
Oh,
Yeah, there he is. Hi, Donnie.
Hey, look, if I'm not being on judge, all I'm saying is they should have called it Tiger Queen.
oh.
Hello? Hey, Bob and Tom?
Yeah.
Hey, Donnie.
Yeah, I see you guys are holding up okay in there.
Yeah, we're doing fine, Donnie. Thank you very much.
I'm just waiting on my stimulus check so I can put a down payment on another free-range whip puppy.
Oh,
But
God.
do that.
over the weekend, I drank a sixer of Red Bull,
Yep.
watched 2 episodes of the show Hoarders, which got me motivated to start cleaning out my garage.
Oh, good.
Yeah, going through old boxes of stuff, I found my mom Phyllis's first ever G-string.
Oh, how about that?
I swear to God, the one she wore, Josh, when she first started back at Xanadu.
Oh, wow.
And this thing probably seen more faces in the nacho bar. And she even signed it in cursive.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, because times are tough, I got weak and sold it to Todd Boner for $20.
Oh.
He said he wanted to use it as a corona mask. So all about saving lives, you know. I do know why they called him G-strings, because every time he coughs, it's still gamey and glitter puffs out of it. So. I also found an old class picture from 5th grade, my fire-ass hot teacher, Miss Schechner's. Man, she's a smoke show. Dark hair, long legs, super tan. She looked like what Tawny Katanes would have turned out if she hadn't rolled around on the hoods of cars every damn video.
Oh, really?
Swear to God. And my favorite thing I found rummaging around through old stuff, I found my old jean jacket from high school with Motley Crue painted on the back.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Man, back in the day, they used to rock hard. But now when Vince Neil walks out, they look more like blues travelers. So I'm going to have to concert checking my ticket stub. Hey, you guys remember the old movie from the 80s called Motley Crue Uncensored?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
They was partying in a hot tub, remember, in the back of a limo driving down Sunset Strip?
Yep.
Bunch of naked chicks, just topless, total rock stars. And Nikki Sixx was on his Harley, driving with no hands, smoking a lung dart out of his nostril. Swear to God.
Really?
Let's see Chris Angel pull that off. Well, anyways, after we watched that video in 6th grade, Scotty Winkler tried to do the same thing on his BMX Mongoose with a Vantage Ultralight. And he stowed from that and put his diaper bag. Well, I'll say it like this. He didn't look nearly as badass as Nikki Sixx did. He just got super dizzy and crashed his bike into Mr. Ballard's Honda Prelude. Swear to God. And he puked all over himself for the next hour. So bad we had to put him to bed in a poncho. But I've said it before, nothing gets you more motivated to clean out your garage than Red Bull and a Hoarders Marathon on A&E. That or reruns of Tiger Queen. I gotta go.
Thanks.
Bye, Donnie.
Tiger King, not Tiger Queen.
Yeah.
Although I can see his
Confusion,
confusion
maybe?
there. Yeah, certainly. I've been doing some cleaning out of the garage too.
Have you?
Yeah. And this is plenty of time.
Yeah.
Defrosted.
When do you have plenty of time?
I defrosted a freezer.
Okay.
You know what today is, Tom? I know.
No.
Defrost your freezer day?
No, it's no housework day. Why don't you give yourself the day off?
Oh, that's not going to
Come on.
No, you gotta.
Even if it did happen.
Do anything but a chore.
Gotta cook. Gotta clean. Keep the Corona school going.
Well, that's not housework. Corona school.
Oh, it's work. Boy,
I bet.
Well, no,
I bet
it's
it
not
is, yeah.
housework.
A lot
It's
of
not a chore.
A lot of parents are now going, "Wow, do teachers work hard?"
Hell yeah, they do.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah,
is
and they have 30 at a time.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'm getting a lot of protests from my 4-year-old now.
Sure.
She has to be in charge of everything. We do a thing at dinner every night.
Where does she get that, you think?
I wonder.
We do a thing at dinner every night. We have to talk about what was the highlight of your day.
I love that. Yeah, that's very nice.
Yeah, but she insists on being in charge of it.
Oh, okay. So she goes around.
She has to walk over and go boop with her finger. Boop. And if someone starts without her booping, she starts sobbing.
Oh.
All right, sweetie.
Reasonable, yeah.
But then she's a pretty good memory of what she did over the day. And
Oh, that's nice.
yesterday it was creek stomping,
That was her favorite thing?
Oh, that is fun.
That
Yeah.
is fun. What was your highlight?
washing their shoes and boots after creek stomping, washing my clothes again after.
That was your best. That was your best memory.
Washed these jeans twice yesterday.
How many times did you think you were infected yesterday?
Just the one time.
Just the one? Honestly?
Yeah.
What about you?
About 12 times.
Yeah,
I was certain I had it 12 different times.
Okay, yeah, but we're doing okay.
I'm still not certain. I don't have
keeping
it.
our distance. We all smell like hand sanitizer, and as I recommended, I stop wearing deodorant. I suggest you do the same.
No, I'm not going to stop wearing deodorant.
Tom just wants to make sure no one gets close to him. That's all.
This better
Stop brushing your teeth too.
Oh,
This better be some sort of foundation for a dumb joke.
No.
Okay.
No,
Who told you not to do that?
Thought of it myself.
Yeah. Good.
Thought of it myself.
Good. You go
Ski
right ahead.
goggles, no deodorant.
Ski goggles is my smartest idea.
I've never seen anyone so confident of an awful idea.
Ski goggles on, you can't touch your eyes, and that's the thing. You don't want to touch your eyes or your mouth when you go into the grocery store. So you gotta. Although I'm not planning on going in for another couple of weeks.
You know what's gotten really difficult at the grocery store? Opening up the produce bags when you can't lick your fingers. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, hang on a second. Allow me to go in.
That's
Allow
right.
me to do a 2-week-old. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I have sat there for 2 minutes
Yeah,
trying to
it's
get one of those
difficult.
apart.
They should put those rubber nipples out there.
Yeah, I need those thimble deals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a perfect science, that's for sure.
As Chick said earlier, every day you kind of think back, okay, where could I have gone wrong?
Yeah, where did I get it?
What did I...
When I'm down, where did I...
I do that with every cold I get, though. Do you not?
Same here, yeah.
Like, what was it? Oh, it must have been that shopping cart that that they didn't have a wipe and I still went in and
Okay, well, it's...
No, I have more to say. And then sometimes...
That's right. Go on. Yes. Yes, fill the air. Yes.
Now, we have... was that sports, by the way?
Yeah, that was sports.
Well, we didn't hear the song, and I didn't hear your credo.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, always be a good sport. Christy.
Thanks, man.
A Frenchman has been rescued after...
No. Maybe we should get a song on a pad.
Remember the 4-year-old who's in charge of everything?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. I remember that.
I don't think you're 4.
You know,
Pat, what song you got, Pat?
Oh, I have a bunch of songs.
It's weird with this is kind of visual, but you look over here and you see Pat, and then through the glass. Then you look over here in a different room and you see Christy through the glass.
Yes.
It's like you're going to the drive-through. It's like you pay Pat and then you drive up to Christy to get your food. Do you feel like a criminal that is trying to clean everything off so your fingerprints aren't there when you leave a room?
Yeah, sort of.
No? Okay, maybe it's just me. Okay, but I wipe down all the surfaces. I wipe down all the surfaces when I arrive every morning, so you guys can be okay.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that.
Wipe down all the door handles. Then I've propped open 3 doors so you can go to a urinal without having to touch anything.
Yeah,
Can't wait to do it.
It's closed. That's really helpful.
It's still closed?
Someone closed it. Okay, now I think we're going to be joined by Jess Hooker right now. Jess, can you see me?
I can see you. Can you see me?
Oh, I can see you.
I hear you perfectly.
Very nice.
Wait a second.
Hi.
Wait a second. What's that behind you?
Yeah, are you broadcasting from the haunted mansion?
No, that's my headboard. I'm sitting in my bed.
Oh, that is quite an elaborate headboard.
Yeah, that's cool.
Thank you. It's actually an old room divider that I turned into a headboard.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yes, that is. It looks. What's the
And it
word
has
I'm looking
bells in it. You can hear there's bells.
Boy,
so
that's
you know
gotta be-
when you're
that's-
getting busy.
Everybody in the house will wake up.
It's
Christmas again.
with the trolley.
Well, you've missed a lot today, Jess. We could probably bring you up to speed. I'm sure you heard about the sad death of Honor Blackman.
The whole world stopped.
Did you ever
on
see
that.
Did you ever see the movie Goldfinger?
No, but I know the song because of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a classic. It's one of the
How
greatest.
does that make you feel? You're bringing this to people who have no idea. Their first exposure is to you and this.
This was a cultural landmark worldwide.
For you.
No, for everybody.
Who's the guy that died?
It was a woman.
It was a woman.
Oh,
Honor
it was a woman.
Pussy
Blackman.
galore.
Pushy.
Oh, it was the lady that sang the song?
No. That's the great Shirley Bassey, who is still alive.
Yeah, thank God for that.
The woman who played, this was the character's name. I'm not being vulgar. Her name was Pussy Galore,
Well,
which is
you're
staggering to
being
me.
vulgar.
By saying it like that.
What do you mean? That's her name, and I didn't write the book. It's Ian Fleming, but I mean, I always thought that. I mean, can you imagine the audacity it takes to have a character named Pussy Galore? What did he reject?
Well, we could not talk about that.
Did you guys like
Lickety
What year was
split. It was
that?
lickety split.
I was going. Never mind.
What were you going
What
to
year
say?
was that?
60. What is it? 62.
Goldfinger?
Early
yeah,
60s.
64,
Early
maybe,
60s.
maybe 64. Yeah.
But
It was in color.
Yeah, barely. Well, they made a big deal out
Yeah,
of it
they
being in
did.
color, though.
Technicolor.
Yeah.
Was Sean Connery was James Bond?
I think Dr. No was the first one, right? And that was
Yes,
62, I think.
Goldfinger was the third.
Was it?
Yeah,
it was
'cause
From
what-
Russia with Love.
Part 2.
That's
yeah,
the
that
hardest
was
one
the
to
second.
watch. That one's the little. Too,
Robert Shaw's pretty good, but
yeah, but it's too confined. The beauty of those Bond movies is that great music.
Yeah.
The John Barry music.
You
and
like
incredible
the
vistas.
travel logs, don't you?
That's what they're about. They were showing you. They were showing
Exotic
a little kid
locales?
that the world was a big place. There were oceans and.
I like those movies too.
We say aloha to the shores of Hawaii.
Some of the other names, Jess, included. Let me look these up. I remember there was Plenty O'Toole was one of the characters' names.
That seems like that would be a guy's name, though.
It does, but she She took Plenty O'Toole?
Or Miles?
I mean, that is. It really isn't even clever.
Miles O'Toole?
Because no one's name is really Plenty.
No.
Well, no one's name is
it
really
could just
Pussy.
be.
Well, how many other pussies do you know?
Yeah.
I don't know any.
I'd like you to meet my mother. This is Pussy O'Hanrahan.
When you guys were kids, do you remember adults using the word regularly?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I remember my dad calling me one when I wet the bed one time. But that's a story for a different time.
Between the smacks, lousy.
That's between my therapist and I.
It was just pussy cats. I mean, we were kids.
Yeah.
No, but
65 is when Goldfinger came out.
But I mean, again, my point is, Plenty O'Toole isn't even clever.
No.
It's
What's
we're
clever
naming
about Pussy Galore?
Nothing. I'm saying I can't believe he got away with it. And do you know that President Kennedy famously read these books?
I have no doubt.
He was a big. He was a big fan of
Of course he
Ian
did. I bet he had some notes for.
He thought he was James
Fleming.
Bond.
Hey, Ian, Ian, why don't you call her a great big snatch?
Jesus.
President never said that.
Nice.
Mr. President.
Jackie, you got to read this about Pussy Galore.
Oh, I don't think he and Jackie had those conversations.
Jack, I told you.
I don't know what you're talking about. What's this cat?
One of them.
That's what he talked to Marilyn
Jess, I'm
about.
not kidding. One of them is named, played by the actress Maude Adams. Her name was Octopussy.
Oh.
Yeah. What does that mean?
That's a bad name.
no.
I don't want. Nobody
Is she
wants
a villain?
that.
I think she was a
She
villain.
was a villain,
yeah.
wasn't
And
she?
then-
A lot of those Bond girls couldn't be trusted.
And then Honey Rider. That one's kind of subtle.
Yeah.
Winona's mom.
Anyone named Ryder isn't subtle.
Her dad, Dick Rider.
And her mother, Mustache.
In Octopussy, James Bond is assigned to solve the murder of Agent 009,
Sure.
killed in East Germany, clutching a fake Fabergé egg.
Oh.
The trail leads to India, where an enigmatic woman operates a smuggling ring under the cover of a traveling circus. Her real motives prove to be far more sinister, and Bond uncovers a plot to blow up an United States Air Force base in West Germany.
And she has an octopus.
Yes.
Yeah.
1983.
That's the tie-in. That's how they got away with
And
it.
which
I bet.
Bond is that? Is that?
Oh God, I don't know. It's 83.
It's Roger Moore.
Oh, then it's
Yeah,
not
it
worth.
is.
not
It's
worth
the only Bond.
No, it's
Roger-
worth seeing.
Roger Moore.
And then the parody version, Gold Member, one of the.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Right off the bat, the title's genius. And was that the one that had the character Lotta with an F? Lotta Vagina.
I don't remember which one had a lot of vagina.
Okay.
That was her name in the movie?
Yeah, Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Oh, in the Austin
Yeah.
Powers.
Yeah.
movie. Okay.
Allow myself to introduce. I'm Richie Cunningham, and this is.
Oh, well, those are classic movies from many of the childhood of many of us.
Yeah.
And Chick's the documentary guy. Have you seen the James Bond documentary?
Yes, it's wonderful about George Lazenby. Yes.
Well, and
Very
good.
good.
They talk about a bunch of the actors who have played James Bond and the fact that the Broccoli family allegedly invented broccoli. They didn't. Well, they claim they do in the
I always
in the
thought they
documentary.
did. Yeah,
I thought they did.
In the documentary, they claim that the Broccoli family
They crossed cauliflower with green beans, and they got broccoli.
Okay.
Hey.
A lotta vagina. Thank you very much. Austin Powers. So that's some of the stuff you've missed, Jess. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Coming up, Larry the Cable Guy, Kostaki Economopoulos. And, there's a fake news story out there, by the way, about...
No, there's not. You're the only
Then
one
why
talking
are you
about
bringing
this.
it up? And nobody will know about it.
I had to search for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, Disney buying Formula One.
Yeah,
Disney did not buy Formula One.
No.
Well, I don't know. I'm
April
reading
Fool's
right here that
joke.
they did.
Oh, jeez.
Yep, that's what I heard.
It was a week ago. April Fool's joke.
Hey,
But
Goofy's going to be a car owner.
It's just bubbling under right now.
Yeah, people pick them up and then...
What is it? Scrooge what was it again? Scrooge McShoemaker. They'll be driving. When we come back, Christy, what's the teaser?
Well, we have a guy going to a lot of trouble to have a cigarette during the quarantine. And what about the Amish during the coronavirus? We'll have an Amish update.
Okay.
And I got a song from the Electric Amish. And Pat, you got something in the quiver over there?
I do, in the hopper.
Okay, good.
He didn't care for quiver. He had to go.
I didn't like quiver. See, hopper implies randomness. Quiver implies you've got an arrow you're going to fire right at the bullseye.
I said it right.
Oh, here we go.
Hopper smells like
I don't think you guys
bomb
have,
to me.
I don't think you guys have to look for things to argue about, okay?
No,
Can we just move along?
Okay. When we come back,
And remember who said that?
Completely forgotten about it. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, now might be a good time to treat yourself to a Bob and Tom VIP membership at bobandtom.com. If you love the Bob and Tom Show, check out the VIP premium service, including the live 7-camera video stream of the show, the Bob and Tom Show commercial-free and on-demand with our daily podcast. And as a VIP member, you get access to the Bob and Tom archives and the complete album library. I believe it's close to 35 albums. Check it out now at bobandtom.com/VIP.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The NFL has scrapped plans to hold their draft in Vegas. Instead, it will be done in a virtual format with team personnel working from their homes. In a memo sent to the 32 teams, NFL Commissioner Goodell outlined procedures for the April 23rd through the 25th draft. The guidelines include no group gatherings. The NFL canceled all public events last month as a safeguard against the coronavirus. Major League Baseball thinking of putting all 30 teams in the Phoenix area and playing in empty ballparks. Among the ideas discussed yesterday by the Players Association, the sides held a telephone call to talk about paths forward for a season delayed by the new pandemic, people familiar with that discussion. And Hall of Fame outfielder Al Kaline, who played his entire 22-season career for Detroit, died yesterday at his home in Michigan. Mr. Tiger, as he was known, was 85. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
I'm not sure if you guys heard or not, but I heard with this pandemic, since some people can't leave their house, there's a condom shortage.
Oh.
What? I didn't know.
I heard some people washing out their rubbers and reusing them.
Donnie.
I swear to God. You're thinking what I'm thinking. Thank God every rubber's got two sides. Because could you imagine? When I come from the school, you supposed to turn the rubber inside out and leave it in the sun for 12 hours.
Really?
Right.
Put it right next to the sun tea, Josh. When the sun tea's ready, so's your rubbers.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, guy, it's Ken Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank. 24/7. I know.
Kevin Pollak is our guest. This is something that interests me. You do, for example, you do a tremendous Johnny Carson. What are all of your guys going to die off pretty soon? I mean, you've got, is that a concern? Because one of the things about our life now, with all these TV channels out there, there's so little commonality.
Yeah.
You know, we're the classic impressions when we were coming up, you know, was Edward G. Robinson when we were little kids. We're going, who the hell's that?
Yeah.
And now you've got people in their 30s going, Johnny who?
Well, that's why I had to bring along Christopher Walken.
There you go.
For the kids who love him. I'm a hoofer at heart. I don't know if you saw the Fat Boy Slim video, but I kick it old school.
That's great.
Have you interviewed Christopher Walken?
No.
Okay, well, here's your chance. And keep in mind, all of his thoughts are completely unconnected. So go ahead and ask Christopher Walken anything.
All right, what's your new project, Christopher?
Frankenstein never scared me.
So how long have you been working on the film?
Marsupials do.
And when's its release date?
'Cause they're fast.
They are fast. They are.
Hi, this is Bob. And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Well, you know, I used to have a good gig. I was working cruise ships, but I got fired. I was working. I'm not even supposed to mention the. I won't mention the name. Let's just say it rhymes with Royal Amphibian.
All right. Here's Howdy, 745 at Q95. Thank you, Tom. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Here's Tom.
Thank you very much, Chick. There's Christy Lee. Thank you, Christy. How about a quick weather forecast update?
Sure. Q95, Fox 59 weather. We'll see some sunshine later today. Look for a high of 74.
Sunshine, go away.
No, we don't want it to go away.
Oh.
Thunderstorms overnight, so it will go away. 59 will be the low, but then partly cloudy, 73 on Wednesday. We're still looking at 60 degrees.
By request, a little bit of Goldfinger.
Please stop. By request. By request, he said.
He's the man.
He's the man. I've my doubts.
Who said, Shirley, we're not going to get one better than that. Let's put it out.
It's a great song. Once again, Honor Blackman, the actress who portrayed the famous character in Goldfinger known as Pussy Galore, has passed away.
Yes, she has. She was 94, lived a good life, natural causes.
Good run.
Yeah.
Very awkward there in the...
that's an old Galore.
In the autopsy room. They say, look, Pussy Galore. Listen, you don't do that.
You've been doing this job too long.
You're fired. No, that's just enough of that, Steve.
Get the piano wire out here.
We're not going to do that. Coming up, if you were paying attention, your shot at some serious cash, and it will continue. So stick around here. Also, some great music coming up. A special Bob and Tom party at 10 o'clock here on Q95. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here. Our engineer is Ace Cosby. Coming up, the Ace Cosby joke of the day. Chick McGee at the sports desk. Sidekick, Josh Arnold right there. This is Tom speaking. We are in this room together, very far apart. Holding back the germs, it's the glass there. In a separate room, it's Christy Lee.
I don't have germs.
You're filthy.
I know he knows. He thinks I'm filthy.
You're in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom.
Who's filthiest?
All by yourself.
Who do you think's the filthiest?
Why don't you introduce us by filthiness?
There you go.
Filthiness is...
I swear to God, if you go to me, I'm going to smack.
Filthiest, the least filthy.
We'll have to do that next time.
Okay, all right.
Looking forward to it.
Pat Godwin is over there at the kids' table behind the glass, formerly the Nuremberg room. And then joining us via whatever is this?
Zoom.
Zoom. It's Jess Hooker from her bedroom.
Hello.
With the killing block right behind you.
She's seated on the killing block.
With bell, you've got bells on your headboard.
I do.
I think we can hear them if you knock up again.
Is that a waterbed?
No, it's not a waterbed.
Okay, that is.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Those are very elaborate carvings on that headboard. Mm-hmm. It's very nice. Now, we have a lot to get to here. We really haven't checked in much with Christy Lee at the news desk, so let's... sorry,
yeah,
Christy.
That's all right.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Bob Tom, it's Kenny Tarmac.
Kenny!
Hey, Shooter, we just landed. I'm at ATL. Just got in from ORD through LAX.
Really?
Today.
Kenny. Really?
Oh, well,
Kenny, you shouldn't be flying.
Really?
Well, since corporate wouldn't pay for regular travel, guys, I told Tobic I'd take one for the team and just get some dry runs in before we get back to normal.
Okay. You are something else.
I don't have any appointments or renewals, but I told him I was going nuts. I wanted to do just a few touch and goes on my time.
All right.
I know. Well, the airports are pretty much ghost towns, as you might expect. I found the hardest part is trying to avoid all the Zone 4 people that are wandering around during layovers. And with all the sky clubs closed, I've decided to quarantine between flights on one of these breastfeeding pods. I guess they're called pump stations. Well, I know why. I've been able to pump out more emails than usual. It's like a cubicle with cathedral ceilings in here.
I see.
And it's got Wi-Fi. Worst part is trying to sift through all the spam in my business account. Everyone at corporate is sending memes and jokes because, they have time for that. I don't. I'm trying to run numbers, jumpstart second quarter business, and make another run at a highly coveted McCurdy Award this year.
Yeah, sure.
Well, the banquet's going to be in Branson, so this is huge. Let me scroll down here. Oh, here's one. Now, finally, some work. It's from Tobic. It's marked urgent. Subject line says coronavirus. Just a sec. Hey, Todd, I got to read this.
Okay.
To whom it may concern, I like my COVID like I like my women. 19 and easy to spread.
Hey.
I get it.
Hi-yo.
Yeah, let me get a screenshot of that bad boy. I bet the head honcho will expense my flights now, huh? I'm going to send that off to SmearCorps. Listen, we just landed. I'll call you for Phoenix.
Okay, thanks, Kenny.
Okay, Kenny. Wow.
On his own dime.
Yeah.
Doing the touch and goes. Thank you very much, Kenny Tarmac. Now, we do return to the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk with Christy Lee.
A French man has been rescued after trying to cross the Pyrenees to buy cigarettes in Spain.
Wow.
Yeah, you heard me. The unidentified gentleman from Perpignan had initially driven out in search of smokes, but after encountering police checkpoints, tried to cross the border to La Jonquera on foot. He became lost in the mountains and fell into a stream as well as some brambles before calling for help.
You gotta want it.
Well, do you think there's someone? Hey, I'm going out to pick up some smokes. That's it. This is his story.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the long way.
Yeah.
Rescuers evacuated the man by helicopter. He was fined $146 for breaking quarantine rules.
Oh, it's a carton of cigarettes.
Yeah, I don't know if he got any smokes.
That's two, probably. But that's pretty cheap for a helicopter ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Chick's got the right idea. This guy wanted more than a smoke break.
Yeah, I got to get out of here.
I just assumed the French government would be giving out cigarettes as part of a stimulus package during all this.
There you go.
Oh, don't placate me with your there you goes. If you didn't care for it,
I don't understand.
Sit quietly. Don't add a there you go.
Well, I don't understand why you'd have to leave France to get cigarettes.
I don't either.
Don't baby diapers in France come with free smokes? I mean, don't they?
I'm not laughing at that. I just did that joke essentially.
Yes, you did.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely. He did, but
I wasn't listening.
He didn't hear it.
He was reading. He can't read.
I'm researching over here on something else.
You can't read and talk at the same time. Making this the perfect job for you.
There's a similar story about do you have this story about the guy that was caught speeding? This is pretty interesting. Same deal. I mean, I bet it's the same thing as Chick says. I think some of these stories are people just want to get away for a while.
I don't have that one.
Okay, the guy went 240 miles out of his way, told cops he was buying bread.
No, I don't have that.
A UK man has been fined for taking a 240-mile round-trip excursion as he claimed to buy bread.
Maybe a store was out.
He was caught going 110 miles an hour in the middle of nowhere, but he said he was going all the way to London because the bread was £1 cheaper.
1 pound.
Right.
Wow.
No, the guy obviously, first of all, there's no one on the road, so.
That's probably awesome.
It's kind of like the quarantine. This will be the next Fast and Furious movie, Fast and Furious, the quarantine. And we can go anywhere quick. But I think I'm with Chick on this. I think this guy probably needed a break from somebody and said, I'll go get the bread, honey. See you in 4 hours.
That's got to start happening, right? I mean, people are going to.
You're not allowed to just take a drive in your car?
No.
No?
Well, I think this guy was fined because he was going so fast.
Right.
Even though it was in the middle of in the middle of nowhere. So I think a lot of people are taking excursions like that. Okay, now we promised another song from Pat. Pat, which one of your tributes did you want to do?
The problem is we all could get sick, Tom said to me. So wear this mask and we all remain germ-free. I'll address the group and explain it logically. There must be 50 ways to beat Corona. 50 ways to beat Corona. Wash before you nosh, Josh. Don't touch your face, Ace. Don't give a stranger a hickey, Chicky. Oh, and listen to me. Don't get close when you chat, Pat. Don't eat a Chinese bat. Don't touch the doorknob when you pee, Christy Lee. Listen to me. There must be 50 ways to beat Corona.
Nice.
Excellent.
Don't give a stranger a hickey chickie.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's the best I could. I liked it.
That's very, very nice. Coming up, we have some more songs and some more tributes to what's going on out there. And also, coming up, Larry the Cable Guy, and in about 20 minutes, maybe a little longer, we'll talk with Kostaki Economopoulos with the Monologue.
Cool.
So his normal road is the one with regard to the NFL. Big news this morning: the NFL draft is going to be a virtual event.
Mm-hmm.
No, but they are going to. Did I read correctly that they are going to have some cameras on some of the players?
I would think so, but it would still be virtual. Yeah.
Yeah. Hope they have good Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Would they come in and help install that, do you suppose?
I think most people, especially at that level, have good Wi-Fi.
I don't know. You never know.
Well,
it's 2020.
You don't want to see
I think you can assume that people.
I don't have Wi-Fi.
Well, Ace.
You're a different breed of cat.
Yeah.
You're
you could have it if you want it. It's in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
You don't have Wi-Fi? Wow. Yikes. Do you have running water? Electricity?
It's a nice home.
I'm sure. I'm happy to hear that. Wow. Do you wash your clothes when you leave this building every day? Do you go home and...
I do laundry on Saturday morning.
That's it?
I
should have lied.
You should have lied is right.
Every hour.
There you go. I did at least 5 loads yesterday. At least.
Dumped 5 loads in, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
May I do a PSA real quick?
Sure.
Check your dryer vents, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday I had an incident where it smelled like my dryer was really hot, and I went outside and checked the outside dryer vent, and it was full of lint. You've got to make sure those are clear. Or you can have
your
a
exhaust
problem.
was?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, no, Josh, didn't your mom used to knit you sweaters out of the dryer lint?
That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. We were very poor, so she would. And also of the stray pubes on the shower floor.
Oh,
yep.
really?
Yep. Yeah. I still have my pube scarf.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't need your. There you go, McGee.
I still have my pubes. Christy, give me the teaser.
Well, coming up, we have the Amish and the coronavirus. Yes, we do have an update. Watch out with those power tools, and the earth may be vibrating less due to this pandemic.
And women everywhere are disappointed.
Yeah.
We'll be back with more fun.
Well, they may be vibrating more. Actually, we'll find out about that next. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Hello. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. This has been Chick McGee speaking.
Special thanks to Jess Hooker for stopping by today via phone line. Also, the Monologues with Kostaki Economopoulos via the phone lines. And comedian Larry the Cable Guy, catching up with Larry, find out what's going on with him via the phone lines. Again, we're keeping our social distancing, not only from the world, but also from each other, as we're all in separate areas here as we broadcast the Bob and Tom Show for you on a Tuesday. It's April 7th. Good morning.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. In a positive sign, China on Tuesday reported no new deaths from the coronavirus over the past 24 hours. Encouraging numbers on infection and deaths also came out of Italy, Spain, and New York. That had an effect on our money. Asian shares are rising, echoing the rally on Wall Street, fueled by those signs. Benchmarks in Japan, Australia, South Korea, and China gained this morning in trading as well. Wall Street surged 7% on Monday. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has been moved to the intensive care unit of a London hospital after his coronavirus symptoms worsened. Johnson's office says he is conscious, does not require ventilation at the moment. He was admitted to St. Thomas Hospital late Sunday, 10 days after he was diagnosed with COVID-19. And Wisconsin is asking hundreds of thousands of voters to ignore a stay-at-home order in the midst of the pandemic to participate in today's presidential primary election. The National Guard will help run voting sites across the state after thousands of election workers stepped down, fearing their safety. Dozens of polling places will be closed, but those that are active will open at 7 a.m. Central Daylight Time. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Wow. When we come back, we'll find out about, we got a new story. The headline is Drugs into Butt. Into Butt? Drugs into Butt?
What are you doing?
Where are the drugs?
In God's name are you doing?
Hey, Tom, where are the drugs?
Into Butt.
It's almost like you don't want listeners. Do you even like this show?
You know we hate you.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is. That's like all day and most of the night.
Okay, he's here. Okay, good.
Hey, what's going on, Chris? What's up, babe?
Dog's here, guys. Okay, this is...
Hey, look at that. 8 o'clock right on the nose at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee has the forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by the CarX, man. Clouds are moving out. We're going to see plenty of sunshine today, high 74. Thunderstorms possible overnight, low 59. Partly cloudy, 73 on Wednesday. We're still holding at 60 degrees. I do see some sun out there, though, a little bit of glimmer of sunshine.
See that news story yesterday about the dogs had a giant convention worldwide, and they said stop walking us so much?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I still have the one dog. She just sits down.
Maybe it's you.
I would leave her home and take the other two and maybe walk her by herself.
How about that?
No, but she's so sweet.
Well, she's sweet, but doesn't mean she has to go every
That
time.
doesn't mean she wants you to force yourself on her.
No, she likes going out. Her tail's wag, and then we get about 1,000 yards from the house, and she goes, I think I'm going to sit here for a while.
Well, then leave her.
Yeah.
A dog by herself.
She'll become a dog.
I bet she follows you.
Yeah.
Well, eventually she'll come
Harrison
back.
Ford.
The point is, Christy, I appreciate that weather forecast. Can we get the advanced forecast for Easter?
Rain.
Yeah, you're not going to like
rain.
it because it's going to rain. 80% chance of rain.
Hey, Christy didn't deserve that, Tom. You don't need to shoot the messenger like that.
That was really
I sure
a
wish you
joke
would
for some
not be so...
Well, Christy, have you ever been actually electrocuted at work?
No, fortunately I haven't.
That's the wrong answer. What would you do if you were electrocuted at
I
work?
would reach for a hammer, of course.
Something metal?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Hammer's good for nails, not work injuries.
All right, call someone. I know. It says it's easy.
No,
it's not easy.
It's easy.
You're not even letting her answer
Work
now.
injuries
because she's so wrong.
Well, complex, not like other injury cases.
Find out what my case is worth. How's that?
You deserve that one, Christy.
Talk about it. Christy, you are smoking hot. There's smoke coming out of your head. No, the answer is our friends at Galitko and Daly, the work injury lawyers, because what is their practice focused on, Josh?
On getting you what you deserve when you have been injured at work.
But this is why Josh doesn't do improv.
He doesn't have a script.
I did it for years.
Actually, in a normal environment, minus you, it
Glicko
would
and
be
Daly
easier.
are board-certified trial lawyers who are OSHA trained and ready to help you with your work injury case.
That's right, Josh. Galitko and Daly, the work injury lawyers. Do you know how you find them, Josh?
I do, yes. You go to indianaworkers.gov.
No, it's indianaworkers.com. You were so close.
I would have put money on Gov.
Boy, oh boy. But you said it so confidently.
Well, I apologize to both
beautiful.
Galitko and Daly. It's Indiana Workers.
Well, I hope they don't sue us.
Yeah, they're.
Well, they've got all the tools.
Yeah, they do.
Glitko and Daly, always the right answer because they go to work when you can't.
They won't sue us because they're going to go to indianaworkers.gov and not be able to find their own website.
Yeah. We'll need a flashlight, too.
Oh, well, that's another free one. Where was I? That's the spot right there. I call this one the electric tickle.
Oh, isn't that nice? Lovely.
Okay, so let's go by filth.
All right.
In your opinion, who's the most contagious?
Well, we don't know if he's going to go by least filthy to most or most to least. So
No, actually, I think everybody here's. You're living by yourself right now, Chick. So
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Ace, you're living by yourself.
Yep.
And Pat, if you call it living, you're living by yourself.
I saw my daughter in the driveway yesterday. That was about it.
Wow. And then Christy Lee, you've got your two daughters are there?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay. And then I've
hell's
got
happening?
Well, they go back and forth
my
to their
girls
dads.
and Kelly. And then
did you hear that? They go back and forth to the.
Yeah, but he doesn't leave the house. He has asthma, so he's not going anywhere. He's very scared, so you don't have to worry about that.
Great joke I could tell now, but I won't.
Yeah, you won't.
Can I tell? Can I? If I mouth the words, will you laugh?
No.
I will.
He can't go anywhere.
Anyway, and I have
And
to
then
give-
Jess,
he lives in a house. That's right.
Yeah.
Jess Hooker. Now, you're at home right now, literally sitting in front of your bed.
Yes.
And thank you for not wearing your hair in a bun. You look so pretty now.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And tell us why you had to move over to the bed.
Actually, I had the equipment set up in the desk in my room, but the birds, there's two birds' nests outside my window, and they're so loud.
It's driving you crazy.
I know the microphone would have picked it up, and it's trash day and recycling day, so it would have been noisy.
That's okay. That's fun. It's all right.
Yeah.
And now, who's there with you? Who's living there with you right now?
I'm home alone right now.
Okay.
So, yeah. Yep. Just me on
Wait a
my
second.
own.
So wait a second. You're home alone and you're on camera.
Sitting in my bed. Yep.
On your bed.
Oh God.
Sans pants.
Yes, I have pants. I have basketball shorts on right now. Actually.
Okay.
Is that right?
Just loungewear. Yeah.
Okay.
Pixar didn't happen.
I'll send you one later, Josh.
Okay. Well, we have to get.
You just PayPal me that money.
Sorry, the phone just rang. I'm sorry.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
This is Dick Hitswater, sitting in for Lou Stools.
Oh, man.
And this is some other news special report.
Oh, special report.
I'm sorry, Dick. We didn't hear you. What'd you say?
I said it's a special report.
Okay.
Coming up. As you know, like many broadcasters have been doing, my award-winning newscast from home is taking place at this moment. I've learned a few things about doing this. For one thing, pants are overrated.
Oh.
Also, never cut your own bangs just before going on air.
Good point.
Another thing I've learned about broadcasting from home, always put away your My Little Pony action figures before turning on the camera. People might get the wrong idea.
I can see.
Yeah.
And even though you're the only one being filmed from the waist up, it's still unprofessional to broadcast the news while sitting on the toilet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you don't forget this. Keep the door closed to the room from where you're broadcasting. The last thing you want during the program is for a child pet or leather-clad gimp to wander through the background.
Leather-clad gimp.
Well, this has been Dick Hitswater sitting in for Lou Stools.
Holy
and
heck.
this has been a Some Other News
quick.
special report.
Lou Stools.
Thank you.
Okay. There you go.
Thank you very much, Dick Hitswater.
Lou Stool.
That brings us to this news story.
I have a question. Is there a website out there? Is there someone who is watching all of the various news people, et cetera, on television from their homes and inventorying the stuff that's behind them?
There is definitely a story out there where you can, they've talked about
My
what's
favorite weather
behind
guy
people.
has gotten together with a local museum, and they're putting up paintings behind him every morning, and he comments on them.
Well, how does he
that's
get
kind of
them?
cool.
Well, they come over and give it to him.
Oh, they're getting into his house?
They're loaded with Corona.
Yeah, I can't believe that's great.
It's only a matter
Jess,
of time.
Jess, did you set up your rig at home, or did one of our people go over there?
Oh, no, I did it.
Okay, good. I was going to say, if you know who went over there, you might want to get the raid.
Which you know who?
You mean the face rubber?
There are a couple filthy.
Who are you making fun of now?
Yeah, that guy. That's the guy.
Oh, they know who they are. Okay. So.
No, actually, I set it all up by myself. So no one was in my bedroom or my house.
Well, good for you. Now, yesterday, everybody did a nice job. We got to talk to a couple great guests.
Yeah.
Although Reno couldn't figure out how to set it up.
No, he's.
But let's see who did. Greg Warren got it all set up.
Yeah, Reno didn't Reno just hang up and give up, right?
Yeah, we couldn't get it to work. Yeah.
Nikki was great.
Yeah, she had short notice on that.
Nikki Glazer did it. She did a great job. But right now we return to the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom all by herself. It's Christy Lee over there.
Stanford scientists have created, a special toilet that scans and recognizes your anal print.
All right. For what reason?
This isn't a real thing. And if it were, why would it be needed?
Study co-author Dr. Swangmin Park said the potential for using the human anus as a biometric identifier is not a new concept.
Yes.
The famous painter Salvador Dali had already figured out that the anus has 35 or 37 creases, which are unique as fingerprints.
Now, does he work with the Dr. Swangman?
So wait a second. So the point of this is that the anal print, if you will, is as unique as one's fingerprint.
According to the journal Nature, researchers at the university have devised a system for tracking defecation and urination by specific individuals over time, sending that data to the cloud and analyzing it for purposes of public health.
Analyzing.
It's the latest addition to a long line of smart toilets, although this may be the first one to take a picture of your backside plumbing. The so-called Precision Health Toilet, Josh, get a load of this, equipped with 4 cameras.
4?
Wait for it. The stool camera, anus camera, and 2 Euroflow cameras.
Yes, otherwise known as the Chuck Berry 3000.
Yeah. Now, Tom, be honest. When you saw this story on a scale of 1 to 10,
how long did you laugh?
10 being a birth of your child, 1 being having lunch with me, how happy were you?
A solid 9.
Oh, we knew it.
A 4-camera shoot. Can you imagine?
So can they look at...
So when does yours arrive?
At the stool sample and decide from that whose anus it came from? Sort of like a ballistics on a bullet?
I don't know about that.
I think this is, they're trying to find out, they can study about people's systems over time. And
well, yeah, like Cologuard, right? I mean, it would be, the results could be right there.
This is based on a very, very old camera from Kodak.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, the Kodak Brownie.
Brownie! Are you aware of that model? Because that was a very popular camera at one
That's
time.
a joke only people over
I am not.
80 are going to get.
60 are going to get.
My aunt had the old Brownie box camera.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
Well, that is a 5th camera.
Yeah. The Brownie box is
that's
a lot of confusion.
God, that is unbelievable. Can you? So the part about your anus having its own print is amazing. Can you see them dusting for that in an episode of CSI?
Well, instead of fingerprints, they run through the anal database research.
Is that what we're going to get for Christmas? A print of your butt?
No.
Oh, please.
Oh, wouldn't that be?
Get us close-up pictures of our own ani.
No. He dusts his butt and then does a print, like a fingerprint, but it'd be an anus
You get us anal dustings.
Gold Bond anal dustings. You are aware that there is a company that will make chocolates.
Oh, I know.
Based on an actual imprint of that area.
Well, but they're not yours.
They create a bas relief. I think they do celebrity.
No way.
Yeah. So anyway, if you want to get a hemorrhoid selfie, this is the way to go. Sit down and say cheese. Here
now, wait a minute. Which celebrity would that?
That's amazing.
Oh, what celebrity beehole do you want to take a look at?
No, thanks. Let's just move on, shall we? Coming up next, Kostaki Economopoulos. That'll be a palate cleanser, I think, for us. We'll certainly look forward to that. Also, Larry the Cable Guy coming up, and we have sex news in the world of panda bears.
Yes, we do.
This is good news, then.
Big sex news.
It is good news.
Right now.
Unless he pulled out.
He couldn't help himself.
He couldn't wait for the story.
He had to jump in.
And now the punchline before the story. That's what I like to do.
I think we covered enough of the story.
And I didn't do it.
Thank you. Rosebud was a sled. Where was I? Oh, I know.
Hey, here's the payoff. How about Raycon, huh?
Now more than ever, you need a pair of great wireless earbuds because
it shuts out everything.
Yes.
It shuts out the world.
Yes, you need that break. Raycon, you already know that they're half the price of those premium earbuds, and they sound better. Amazing audio quality. The newest model is the Everyday E25 earbuds. Best one yet. 6 hours of playtime.
Love them.
Seamless Bluetooth pairing and famous for their great bass sound. So if you want to go for a nice walk and have maybe a podcast.
No, if you want to go sit on your sofa and your house is full of people.
And they're right next to you, but you can't
right
hear them.
next to you.
Yes.
But
Raycon.
You shake your heads and point at your ear. No, I'm listening to a book on tape.
Raycon
Shut
is
up.
the answer. These earbuds are stylish, as you can see. They're no dangling wires because they're wireless. So check it out. By the way, right now, 15% off your order. Go to buyraycon.com/Tom.
I think they're blue ones and red ones.
They'll send them right to you. Buyraycon.com/Tom.
Black one.
I got an extra pair right here that they just handed me.
I'm real picky about these headphones, man.
And, here we go. This is in the blue case. Oh, by the way, they have the different size.
Not all
gaskets for your ear.
Not
Gaskets,
all ear
I like
holes
that.
are the same. Like Christy's ear holes are tiny.
I
like
was
a
a
doll's
small,
head.
not an extra small. I tried that first, but I was a
But
small.
gasket's probably not the right word. But what I'm saying
No,
is
I like that word.
The
plug.
The plug. Get it to fit your own ear because all ears are different, just like shoes.
Sure.
Josh, you wouldn't want to have a size 14 shoe in your ear.
No, I sure wouldn't.
But the sound wouldn't be very good. It would probably smell bad. The E25 earbuds from Raycon. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. It's buyraycon.com/Tom. That's buyraycon.com/Tom for 15% off the best wireless earbuds out there. And now is the best time to get them because I know how much you need them. You need a little bit of peace and quiet. Buyraycon.com/Tom. Thanks very much. Be sure to mention the Bob and Tom Show. And coming up, it's comedian Kostaki Economopoulos. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You just ruined it.
Hey, just a quick reminder, the Bob and Tom store never closes. It's open. It's online, bobandtomstore.com. You can find the You Guys Rock sweatshirt there. Just click on hoodies and tees to order this vintage sweatshirt. It was worn recently by a Japanese pop singer. But while you're in the store, check out all the cool hats and T-shirts that are there as well. If you're a Bob and Tom fan or have a Bob and Tom fan in your life, makes a great gift. And don't forget, Mother's Day's on the way. Yeah, that's it. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Lady Gaga, Paul McCartney, Keith Urban, and Lizzo are among the performers for the One World Together at Home TV special on April 18th on multiple networks. Lady Gaga says the advocacy group Global Citizen has already tapped corporate sponsors and philanthropists to raise $35 million for the World Health Organization to fight the coronavirus. The special will celebrate healthcare workers and the power of the human spirit. Other performers include Billie Joe Armstrong, Casey Musgraves, John Legend, Alanis Morissette, Billie Eilish, Stevie Wonder, Eddie Vedder, and Elton John. Dolly Parton, Rascal Flatts, and Vince Gill are among the acts who will pay tribute to Kenny Rogers in a CMT special airing tomorrow. They will perform remotely for the special CMT Giants Kenny Rogers, a benefit for Music Cares. Other performers include Lionel Richie, Gavin DeGraw, Jason Isbell, and Amanda Shires, Jennifer Nettles, Lady Antebellum, and Rita Wilson will be your host. It's probably one of the most memorable scenes in a James Bond film, and the actress who made it happen has passed away. British actress Honor Blackman has died in England at the age of 94. She's best known for playing Pussy Galore in Goldfinger. Her introduction by herself, by name, to Bond, played by Sean Connery, produced an incredulous smile from 007. Blackman also played a leather-clad anthropologist with martial arts skills in the 1960s TV series The Avengers. And that's your entertainment news.
Well, 8:17 at Q95. It's finally here. It's just me and Josh and Ace and Jess is over there. And
yeah, I can do the weather.
Jess, do you have the weather?
Yeah, it's going to be nice until it isn't. It rains.
Yeah.
Sunny, high today about 74.
I saw 79, actually. I heard close to 80 to 70.
I saw 19, but I was looking at the weather in the North Pole.
Somewhere in Russia, probably. Yeah.
Celsius or Kelvin?
Kelvin, of course. I'm purely Kelvin.
Pat is noodling away, as you can hear.
Okay.
Turn your mic off, Pat.
I don't think he has control over that.
Did we lose Christy somewhere?
I think
She's probably taking a leak or something.
Yeah, Christy taking a squirt.
With the door open?
Delicate. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's Tom's new rule. Doors open.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Fine with me.
If I walk past the bathroom and Christy's on the toilet,
I'm going to lose it.
I'm going to lose my mind.
Okay.
In a bad way.
All righty. Now,
for her.
I thought I'd squeeze in a quick request. Do you mind? Todd Yon and the classic By Request Orange Barrels. Be careful. There are people out there working, and they need to keep working out there. Right now, we're hearing, is that Kostaki?
Kostaki clearing his throat.
Okay, good. Coming up.
Warming up.
We have a comedian, Kostaki Economopoulos, will be joining us from his house in Los Angeles, California, I think.
I do have a weather forecast real quick. Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Clouds moving out, sunshine today, 76, currently 61.
Thank you very much, Christy. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show, and we are continuing our worldwide broadcast. We are, of course, worldwide on American Forces Radio, also letting you catch up with us a little bit on YouTube, hearing from people all over the place, including Antarctica. Right now, we go a little bit closer than Antarctica. I believe we have Kostaki Economopoulos. I can see you there, Kostaki. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Hi.
Wow, you got your orange Bob and Tom sweatshirt on. Where'd that come from?
I didn't even know I was zooming, and I already had this on.
Oh, no kidding. All right.
Wow.
It sounds like you're at the bottom of the toilet tank.
Yeah. Are you in the bathroom?
Oh, is it bad sound? Yeah, sorry. I'm, no.
You have a microphone?
I got my little towel here. I don't have headphones. I didn't know I was zooming, so I don't have headphones today.
We can hear you okay. So you're in Los Angeles at your home, I gather?
Yes.
Can we ask what room that is? Because there's nothing in back of you. Looks like prison.
I'm in the edge of the dining room. We have some art in the other areas, but right here there's none.
Gotcha.
Okay. We wouldn't want to draw any conclusions. I was just hoping I could see your picture of Che Guevara in the background.
Mike Dukakis.
Yeah.
On the tank. Did you hear any of the? Have you heard any news? You just woke up, I'm guessing.
I did just wake up. What's going on? What did I miss? Do I have to stay home?
The death of Pussy Galore, the famous James Bond character, the actress Honor Blackman, died at age 94. Not corona-related, by the way.
All right.
It's weird that obituaries have to include that now.
Yeah.
Whether or not they died of the old corona. But, were you a James Bond fan?
Not as much, but I see the appeal. I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. But you grew up probably in the Roger Moore era of James Bond.
That's right.
Which is...
Yeah, that's right.
I could never go. I never saw one of those at a theater. I couldn't bring myself to tear myself away from the great Sean Connery. But anyway, Pussy Galore is dead, so Pussy no more. Apparently, that'll be the headline.
Yeah,
that's right.
Speaking of that, how's it going back there, Pat? You nailed it. I didn't introduce everybody. There's Ace Cosby. There's Chick. Over there is Christy Lee. Can you see that she's in her own room? Can you see that, Kostaki?
I can. This is cool to get a little window into the world there.
And then Pat's in his own room back there. So we're keeping our social distance. How are you doing with all the social distancing?
I'm all right. I wish I invested in Zoom instead of Royal Caribbean, but sometimes you have a misstep.
Yeah. Are you keeping up with the trend and watching Tiger King?
We watched the first 20 minutes of the first one just so we know what the hell's going on with all the references in the world. That might be enough. We're watching Ozark. That's our.
Oh, I am too. Isn't it great?
It's great. It's so dark and weird.
Yeah.
It's like a crazy maze of interconnectivity. It's very beautifully done. It's a cool show.
Okay. So what else is new? What's happening over there?
Well, if you're up for it, I brought an Economist monologue in today.
Terrific.
It feels a little like Groundhog Day to some of us, and so I thought about the second tier holidays.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
This is not a judgment about holidays, but it's not every holiday is Christmas. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So the first tier, I'm going with what? July 4th, Easter, Christmas, Halloween,
Thanksgiving.
Right.
That's probably
those are the top tier holidays.
Okay.
And then there's there's a sea of other things. Groundhog Day. If I lived in a cold climate, I would find that groundhog and duct tape his eyes shut. Right? Sorry, little friend. It's time for winter to end. January 11th, you may or may not know, is Amelia Earhart Day.
Oh, did not know that.
I don't know how you're supposed to celebrate that. Everybody just disappears, maybe?
Yeah, I looked for that on the calendar and I couldn't find it.
Nice. See, not everybody knows all these. One time I wished a woman a happy Amelia Earhart Day, and she told me to get lost, and I said, that's the spirit. February 8th, we got Boy Scout Day. I was going to do a Michael Jackson joke here, but I already have my hack comedy merit badge. The third Monday in February, of course, President's Day. They took Lincoln and Washington's birthday and collapsed them into one. I never even know it's happening. This is how I celebrate President's Day. The bank is closed. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Lost the sizzle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. February, Black History Month. We had leap year, so we had a little extra Black history. That's always nice. It's also National Dental Month, but you never hear about that. I wonder if that makes the dentist mad, especially the 3 black ones.
Jeez.
Wow, that's a weird joke.
I dare somebody to tell Kostaki he's wrong.
I'm sorry, comment.
St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. St. Patrick was a missionary. I did a little research on this. So on March 17th, I celebrate by pounding green beer and then making love to my wife face to face.
So that was a one-off, just the one time.
Yeah.
With your Greek heritage, of course, underscoring the.
March 10th through 16th, Girl Scout Week. Wait, boys get a day, girls get a week? That's not fair.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. Boy Scouts are associated with pedophilia. Girl Scouts associated with cookies. They got a way better PR machine. Yeah. It's so much better. March, Women's History Month. I've got a little history with women, but we could probably cover it at lunch. I don't know.
You don't need a full month.
No. Passover. I don't celebrate that myself, but show business has passed me over a few times. How do I celebrate that? Whiskey and bitterness, maybe. Arbor Day. You don't hear much about Arbor Day. You know why? No pamphleting. Spread the word. April 23rd is, of course, Bring Your Daughter to Work Day. This year, it's Your Daughter Watches You Sit at Home and Not Work Day.
Yeah.
Mother's Day, second Sunday in May. It's not a specific date. That's moms just making up whatever they want. Why can't it be a particular date, Mom? Because I said so. Father's Day is in June. It's really the only holiday in June. You know why? That's what fathers ask for. Anyway, we could have 1 month with not Labor Day. Which of course we celebrate by not working, which is weird to me. You don't chop down trees on Arbor Day. You don't get married on Independence Day. You know what I'm saying? September 16th, I'm not making this up, Step Family Day.
Oh.
To which I can only say, you're not my real holiday. My real holidays give me presents and fireworks and turkey. September 24th, United Nations Day, which America, of course, celebrates by doing whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
There's the Che Guevara coming out.
October 9th, Leif Erikson Day. I don't know how you celebrate Vikings. Maybe you overpay Kirk Cousins and then not make the playoffs. Maybe that's what you do. Second Monday of October is, of course, Canadian Thanksgiving. The dollar has gotten so weak that Canadian Thanksgiving is now worth more.
Isn't that amazing?
The third Saturday in October is Sweetest Day. Can we pull a President's Day on this and combine Sweetest Day and Valentine's Day and anniversary and birthday into one? For the love of God, I like you already day. The fourth Sunday in October is Mother-in-Law Day, which is, of course, what Wife's Day is going to look like in 30 years. Hello?
Wow.
National School Lunch Week. Starts the second Sunday in October. A week. They got 7 days of food to celebrate at school lunch. Mothers get a day. Sloppy Joe gets a week. How does it seem fair? October 15th is White Cane Safety Day.
Really?
It's when we celebrate the achievements of the visually impaired. Who saw that holiday coming?
Econ.
And finally, New Year's Eve, which is a weird tradition, right? We set up resolutions. That's the tradition, right? I'm going to eat better and work out and lose weight and all these things. And then you get drunk as hell and you wake up the first day of your resolution period hungover, like, I'm not doing any of that stuff. So next year, I'm going to resolve to drink more and get off to a ripping good start.
Kostaki Economopoulos joining us from his home in Los Angeles. Thank you, Kostaki. Are you going to go back to sleep?
No, I might do a little more radio. I got some radio calls to make today.
Well,
all right. Number one. You guys are number one in my heart. Look at this shirt.
Oh, you'll change it.
How many shirts have I do that?
That's an amazing orange, by the way.
All right.
That's,
that must have been an experimental shirt that we decided not to make.
Discount.
Yeah.
It looks good.
You know what?
Right?
I love this shirt. I wear it all the time. It's very warm. It's freezing cold here by LA standards, so especially overnight. This is from the Bob Cavoyan collection.
Ah.
Very nice.
So he hated it so much he gave it to you. Okay, good. Thank you. Hey, thanks, Kostaki. We'll talk to you again soon.
See you, man.
Bye.
Comedian Kostaki Economopoulos from Los Angeles, California. Now, we return to Christy Lee at the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. Christy.
An Amish community in Pennsylvania will be getting a coronavirus drive-through testing center designed to accommodate horse and buggies. The Central Pennsylvania Clinic, which caters to the local Amish and Mennonite communities, is setting up the drive-through to accommodate cars as well as horse and buggies. It's one of the rural area's only coronavirus testing facilities.
Here come the Mennonites.
Do they test the...
Josh has lost his mind. Do you see him over here mumbling? Men in black, men in...
Oh, that's the... I didn't get it. Oh, there we go. Of course.
Oh, you didn't get that?
No, I just did. Thank you very much.
Patrice Russian, forget me not.
So they've made the Amish community aware. They've made the Amish community aware of this.
Of course, yes.
They did it by tweet. Not the app, carrier pigeons.
Oh, okay, yeah, they call that
Fly
tweeting.
over and
I think pigeons coo, don't they?
One doesn't dissect gossamer.
That's true. You can't explain that.
And if you think this quarantine is boring, imagine Amish quarantine.
That's
Yikes.
not any different.
Par for the
is it?
course, right?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Have you seen?
Can't raise a barn. That's
no
not the only
Netflix?
thing.
There are. You see the news report last night? There are scammers out there setting up fake checkpoints.
Yes.
To get tests. Is there anything lower than
In Louisville, they caught him too.
Yeah.
Special place in hell.
Man.
Yikes.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, that's unbelievable.
How about some fun, happy news?
Wait a second. How about a request for some electric Amish?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a tribute to the Amish from the fellows that were here not so long ago.
Yes.
Don't tell them that they were plugged in, because here they are.
Leaving home on this bumpy road. Man, my butt's getting sore. I got to sell off this hay I got. You know my wife and kids are hungry at home. But these cars are spooking my pony as I merge down rural Route 7. Driving, I've got flies in my eyes. You know I should have washed this horse because he stinks to high heaven. Big old horse and buggy. He ain't carried me too far today. Whoa, big old horse and buggy. Oh, the market's still 10 miles away. Goodbye to all my pigs and cows. Goodbye to that sheep that I trusted. I had to sell off all my livestock and tools to replace the stupid plow that I busted. Now some folks say we're backward and we ought to use modern machinery. But you know what? They can all kiss my white Amish ass. I'm just trotting along, enjoying the scenery. Big old horse and buggy. Oh my, what a beautiful day. Whoa, big old horse and buggy. Ah, the market's still 9 miles away. Getting close to their market now. Better start slowing down. I got to get out of these plain holy clothes. You know an Amish guy ain't safe in this town. And I'm gambling with my salvation. I hope that God will surely see that I don't want to get beat up for wearing this funny hat walking around in the city. Big old horse and buggy. Come on, Mr. Ed, we must pray. Oh, big old horse and buggy, 'cause our beards might give us away. Yeah, 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 big old horse and buggy. Ooh, it's getting hard to see 'cause it's dark. Whoa, big old horse and buggy, and I can't find a place to park.
There you go. The Electric Amish, ladies and gentlemen, in their tribute, Big Old Horse and Buggy, once again in honor of the quarantine Amish event. The
coronavirus drive-through in Pennsylvania. Yeah, get tested.
Do they have drive-through ATMs for the Amish?
I don't know. Would they use them? I would think they would keep their money. Do they have an Amish bank?
Yeah, they probably don't.
I don't know.
I don't know that they use a-
uneducated
I don't
when it
know.
comes.
I don't know if Amish have ATM cards.
I don't know if they use a bank.
Who knows? But
it might be of the devil.
They're going to be. They can drive through and get tested, and then I guess they'll have to use a
What?
a wood ventilator.
Oh,
Hey,
whoa.
Graber, keep pumping.
It's like one of those chimney stokers.
Yikes.
It'd be like the billows on an organ.
Yeah.
Well, they actually were showing those in one of the
bellows?
press
What
conferences.
is it?
That I'm not kidding. So that's sad that technology is. I suppose you might give up on this no technology thing when they explain what's actually going on. I got a special request here coming up. It says, for the love of all that is holy,
Yeah.
play more star Burt Camford. So we'll be coming back with that and another song from Mr. Godwin. I'm very excited about that. But right now I want to tell you about my friends at Harry's Razors.
That sounds like music to shave by. That'd be all
Think
right.
so?
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
A little shaving music there.
A nice smooth song for a nice smooth shave.
Had a great shave this morning. Thank you very much, Harry's.
You shave every day, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't have to shave every day.
Well, you win.
I don't.
You trimmed it way back, though.
I did. I trimmed it down because
they are suggesting that you may be safer if you have to wear medical grade masks to have no beard. They required physicians in Britain to shave off their beards.
I couldn't bring myself to shave it off. I almost did.
Yeah, but for Harry's, shaving is a pleasure, not a chore.
There you go. Harry's Razors, you know the story. It's two guys said, wait a minute, why are we paying so much for these razor blades? They got in touch with a place that had been making razors for 98 years and making steel. That's the steel they use in the Harry's design. Then they went and got a great design. It doesn't have any gimmicks. It doesn't have you don't put a battery in it. I don't know. That was the weirdest craze in razors for a while. Well, if I could make this thing shake like I had a terrible palsy and put something sharp up to my face, that's a good idea. No, it's simple. It's the simplicity of great design and great steel. And right now, the best offer ever in the history of Harry's, and the best part of this is you don't have to go to the drugstore and walk through the infected ether of everybody else breathing because they'll take them right to your door. And Harry's is a return to the essential. Quality, durable blades, fair price, about $2 per replacement blade. Here's what you get right now. This is the best offer ever from Harry's. You use the code Bob and Tom when you go to harrys.com, and you get the razor, the weighted handle, the foaming shave gel, the travel cover for $3, plus shipping is how much, Josh?
It's free.
Free shipping. I'll say it again. Weighted handle, the razor, foaming shave gel, travel cover, $3, free shipping when you use the code Bob and Tom at harrys.com. And that, by the way, will be delivered to wherever you ask them to deliver it to. Maybe at your house. Oh, look, there's the box from Harry's. There you go. I think you're going to like it. harrys.com. Use the code Bob and Tom. Get a great razor at a great price, and you don't have to wade through the germs at the drugstore to do so.
Right.
How about that? And so this is the best offer ever. $3 plus free shipping. harrys.com. The code is Bob and Tom. And when we come back, we're going to get that song out of Mr. Pat Godwin. Also coming up, Larry the Cable Guy. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Want to share something? Send us an email. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Kid Tarmac.
Hey, Ken Tarmac. Don't forget the laughter after the Bob and Tom Show. That's right. Just keep it tuned right here to Bob and Tom 24/7, and we'll transition from the current Bob and Tom Show into what we like to call Bob and Tom's Work Farce. It's all the fun without really that much effort. Ace Cosby will be your host. Keep your smile going all day and keep your family members guessing what you're up to as you cohabitate with them day after day after day after day.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The NFL has scrapped plans to hold their draft in Vegas. Instead, it will be done in a virtual format with team personnel working from their homes. In a memo sent to the 32 teams, NFL Commissioner Goodell outlined procedures for the April 23rd through the 25th draft. The guidelines include no group gatherings. The NFL canceled all public events last month as a safeguard against the coronavirus. Major League Baseball thinking of putting all 30 teams in the Phoenix area and playing in empty ballparks. Among the ideas discussed yesterday by the Players Association, the sides held a telephone call to talk about paths forward for a season delayed by the new pandemic. People familiar with that discussion. And Hall of Fame outfielder Al Kaline, who played his entire 22-season career for Detroit, died yesterday at his home in Michigan. Mr. Tiger, as he was known, was 85. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
We're joined in the studio by comedian Kevin Pollak. You're asked this all the time, but I have to ask. When you're on the set with Jack Nicholson in on a wonderful movie, A Few Good Men, at what point do you break the ice with him, or does he? How does that work? Had you ever met him before? Were you?
No, I hadn't met him before, and I was surprised by his demeanor. I just expected, in order to represent cool for the last 4 decades, that you'd have to be a little aloof, you know, people talking about you rather than to you. But he was the most approachable, gregarious screwball I've ever seen on a set. He looked stoned every day. And I'm not saying he was, but he was happy all the time.
All the time.
Especially right after coming out from his trailer. Very, very happy. And relaxed.
Yes.
And seemed kind of sleepy.
But who are we to judge?
That's right.
Yeah. Sort of like Satchmo. Kind of a Louis Armstrong thing.
But he... No, he was really funny all the time. And I tell the story in my stand-up act about how my mom came to visit the set and ended up hitting on Jack Nicholson during shooting the courtroom stuff. And he saw me squirming at the legal table there in the courtroom as I'm watching this. And then that became fuel for his fire, you know. And he came over to where I was sitting and said, "Hey, Kev, how's it going? Listen, I was wondering if you could do me a favor." Yeah. I was hoping you might be able to get your mom off my butt.
Oh, but he didn't say butt.
No, he didn't. She's hitting on me. What the hell is that? What am I supposed to do? Take your mom back to my trailer? Is that what you want?
Hi, man, this is Donnie Baker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Eyebrow dandruff. That's disgusting. Is that a thing?
I'm not proud of it.
Why would you bring that up on the air?
I didn't. It was Christy did. It was said in confidence off the air.
Yeah. Don't ever say eyebrow dandruff in front of a potential lover.
Oh,
no.
Hey, look, ladies, if I'm on top, you might get sprinkled on.
Well,
Let it snow.
if you're on top, I'll just let everybody else finish that.
Oh, I see. If you're on top, you got about eight seconds to live. Is that it?
I wouldn't say 8.
If you're on top, Godspeed to your ribs, ladies. Is that what we're getting at?
So what else is in your room?
I have dogs playing
touch the door,
poker.
definitely.
I have 3 of the dogs playing poker on the wall.
You have dogs playing poker on the wall?
The big
that's
velvet
The painting?
Is it a
Not
tapestry?
the velvet. They're not velvet.
Is it
no.
a tapestry?
I do have dogs playing poker, a tapestry, one of them, but no, they're not the tapestry.
Mm-hmm.
The tapestry that I gave you of my face?
It has actually, my comforter.
I have that. That's in my living room.
Can I tell you this, honestly? In all truth, my comforter is at the dry cleaners right now, and your tapestry is on my bed right now. I slept underneath it last night.
Is he facing up or down?
He's facing down.
Sorry,
I've never
Rock. Hey, 846 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. Hope you heard that guy. Not Chick, the guy before him.
Yeah, some loudmouth. Some loudmouth know-it-all.
Typical guys, that good-looking, can never have good voices.
Blowhard. Gorgeous, man. Well hung. Oh, my gosh.
We have Christy Lee with an update on the forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather. Clouds early, sun later. Look for a high of 76. Thunderstorms overnight, low 59. Partly cloudy, 73 on Wednesday. 61 right now.
Thank you very much, Christy. That pleasant voice of Christy Lee.
Yeah, I'm optimistic.
Heart of coal.
Oh, yeah. Hard heart.
She's so sweet. I'm kidding. Jeez. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here. I could have sworn we were going to get that Ace Cosby joke of the day. I don't know what happened.
What happened?
We'll get to it in just a
God
second.
intervened. Forbade it.
Interstitial music. I love this. Is the great Larry King.
Nope, Larry Crane.
Larry Crane.
Larry Crane.
Just seeing if you were paying attention.
Yeah.
Thank you for testing us, making sure we're on our.
This is the great
Thank you,
Larry
Tom,
Crane.
for leading us and keeping us on our toes.
Lead us not into temptation.
But deliver
Josh, I
us
have an
from
answer.
evil.
I have an answer to
Amen,
one of your
right,
questions.
Josh?
There's Josh. That's Chick.
Yes.
That's Ace. Joke of the day coming up momentarily. This is Tom speaking. Through the glass over there, it's Christy Lee.
Yes. Cleaning my phone, Tom. See, I'm
Very nice. Very nice.
practicing.
Got to be careful. You're supposed to turn it off, otherwise you're going to butt dial somebody.
I don't care.
Okay.
Who
Well,
would I butt dial? Oh, look, I was going to take a picture of you.
okay. Very nice. In the at the children's table, the kiddie table, in back there in the what are we calling it now?
Pat Godwin is here too.
But he's isolated from us because we voted him off the island.
All right.
Josh, we have an answer to your question about shopping, which we're going to do. Yeah, you had a dilemma while shopping.
Yeah.
We want to explain what it was?
Yes. Yeah. You know, we have to be careful in the grocery stores these days, and I was having trouble opening produce bags because you can't lick your fingers to get the end open.
Don has taken the time and trouble to email us, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. Thank you very much, Don. I appreciate it. He says, I heard about Josh's problem opening the produce bags without licking your fingers. Put the end that opens between your hands like you are praying and rub them back and forth like you're trying to start a fire. This motion should be familiar to you, Josh.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how I have at myself.
Oh.
Yeah.
It will separate the ends to open easily. It works with any plastic bag. Thank you, Don.
That wasn't.
Yeah.
That
I've
wasn't
gotten
nice
about
at all.
3 or 4 messages, so thanks to everybody.
Okay, so there you go. And then once again, my suggestion is if you're a skier, take your ski goggles
Oh my God.
and put them on. That way you won't touch your face when you're shopping.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'll be all right.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
when
when I shop, I don't tend to jam my fingers into my eyes.
When you come in with bleeding with eye spirochetes, don't come talking to me.
I'm going to sneeze into your open eyeballs.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. It's rather hostile. This is more about you than me.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, gang, Larry King here.
Hey,
you
Larry, how
doing?
are you?
I'm doing fine. I've got my self-quarantining diary right in front of me. I'm going to bring you up to day 10, 9 a.m. Before coronavirus, I had never considered the mohawk as a suitable hairstyle for me. But now that I'm cutting my own hair, I have to say it looks pretty damn sharp.
Nice.
Day 10, noon. I really look forward to the mail now since I've become pen pals with a few prisoners.
Really?
Had I thought it through, I probably should have written to women prisoners, but what the hell? I got a forger who just loves it when I send him topless photos.
Oh.
And who can blame him? My nipples are the size of a doll's head. And when I smear a little rouge on them and spread out in the lawn chair in a provocative pose, it's spectacular.
Bet the prisoners love that. Larry, thank you.
What a visual.
1:30 p.m., day 10. In an effort to cut back on the booze, I'm now only drinking after dinner. I think this will help me keep in good health and restore a little discipline to my life. Also, dinner has now been moved up to 2 in the afternoon. 6:30 p.m., day 10. Just a heads up, I watched a Samuel L. Jackson instructional video, YouTube video on how to cross-stitch.
Oh.
So everyone will be getting bless this mother effing house flag for Christmas this year.
Very nice.
He likes that word, yeah.
Hey, gang, I got a joke for you.
Oh, go ahead.
Good.
Yeah, this old guy walks into a bakery, right?
Yep.
And he says to the attractive young woman dressed in a very short skirt behind the counter, he says, I'd like some raisin bread. She says, okay, just one moment. She gets out a ladder because she thinks it's on the very top shelf, climbs the ladder to the old guy's enjoyment as he watches her every step up the ladder in her short skirt. When she gets to the top, she has to reach now very high up to the very top to grab a loaf of bread. She can't even see what kind it is, so she holds it out behind her to the old man, and she says, is it raisin? And the old guy says, no, but it's starting to twitch a little.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
There you go.
Larry, thanks, Larry.
All right.
I'll tell you what, that was a classic, certainly. But just reminds me that Ace Cosby, of the mellifluous voice, the legend himself, with the Ace Cosby joke of the day.
Let's look on my past life. When I was in school, I got bullied a lot.
Did you?
Got called every name in the book. I finally told the bullies, sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. And it worked. From then on, it was sticks and stones. See, Chick, they stopped calling me.
Yeah, they started beating him up. Yeah.
I don't get that. So then they start hitting you with sticks and stones.
Instead of names.
Yeah, it's funny. I like it.
All right, sir.
We are joined via Zoom by Jess Hooker. Hi, Jess. How are you?
Hello.
And you're in your bedroom.
I am. I just posted a picture of a full shot of my room, and
You can
people
really get
worked
the-
up about my headboard.
Yeah, you can really see how many pillows are on the bed. There are like
How
100
many?
pillows.
How many you got there, Jess?
I have 8 pillows.
But we should explain it's a very high, dark, sort of filigreed, carved wood, dark, looks like a walnut headboard. Very nice.
I want to know how you got a 2-camera shoot.
Thank you.
You have a 2-camera shoot going in there?
What? Oh, how I got someone else to take that picture. My brother lives here, so before he left for work, he was
Okay.
like, what the hell are you doing? And he took a picture.
Okay. Well, that I didn't realize that was going on, but thank you very much. Now, did you know that the Ace Cosby joke of the day is now sponsored by our friends at Omaha Steaks?
How about that?
Right. And both Christy and I think just by chance, had an Omaha steak outdoor event over the weekend.
I had one on Sunday.
Did you too?
Yes.
And I cooked, I baked up some of the caramel apple tartlets.
Oh.
Man, those are so great.
I'm saving those for Easter Sunday dinner.
Oh, smart.
What do they taste like?
You know what? I'll bake some up and bring them in.
Haven't you gotten Omaha Steaks packages, Ace?
Ace just always pretends he hasn't. So
Last year?
some
Last
sympathy.
year?
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
Well, we
Ace,
have to fix that.
We'll get you some Omaha Steaks, Ace. And they're delicious and delightful. Also, their hot dogs are incredible.
Yeah, they sure are.
And everything else.
I
So-
put out some to thaw this morning before I left. I'm going to have an Omaha
Now, do you have
steak.
any more ammunition, Ace? Do you want to try another joke of the day?
Sure.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Omaha Steaks is.
Lord.
I'm not sure they're proud to present.
What are we out of news?
They're willing to present. It's the Omaha Steaks Ace Cosby joke of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Go for it, Ace.
You ever wonder where virgin wool comes from?
Where?
Ugly sheep.
Ugly sheep. Of course they're virgins. Nobody's banging an ugly sheep.
I could have sworn he said elderly sheep.
Oh, boy.
I guess I'm going to hold up either way, I think. Yeah.
Coming up, we're going to get that song out of Pat Godwin if it's the last thing we do. Plus, Larry the Cable Guy in about 20 minutes, so stick around. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just got to get a hold of us. Call, fax, mail, or email. Get all the contact information you need at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. All day, all night, all Bob and Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
The Bob and Tom app available in your iTunes or Google Play Store. It's free. You can pick it up today and listen to your local station. Tune in to Bob and Tom 24/7. Hello. You can also access a stream of classic bits on demand. Heck, you can even set an alarm that'll wake you up with the show. Imagine that. Josh Arnold, the first voice you hear each and every morning. It's free. Huh? How about that? The Bob and Tom app. Get it today in your iTunes or Google Play Store. Did we tell you that it's free? It is. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. In a positive sign, China on Tuesday reported no new deaths from the coronavirus over the past 24 hours. Encouraging numbers on infection and deaths also came out of Italy, Spain, and New York. That had an effect on our money. Asian shares are rising, echoing the rally on Wall Street, fueled by those signs. Benchmarks in Japan, Australia, South Korea, and China gained this morning in trading as well. Wall Street surged 7% on Monday. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has been moved to the intensive care unit of a London hospital after his coronavirus symptoms worsened. Johnson's office says he is conscious, does not require ventilation at the moment. He was admitted to St. Thomas Hospital late Sunday, 10 days after he was diagnosed with COVID-19. And Wisconsin is asking hundreds of thousands of voters to ignore a stay-at-home order in the midst of the pandemic to participate in today's presidential primary election. The National Guard will help run voting sites across the state after thousands of election workers stepped down, fearing their safety. Dozens of polling places will be closed, but those that are active will open at 7 a.m. Central Daylight Time. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
At the end of my will, it goes. It ends on a happy note. Actually, at the end of my will,
He's
it
just
says...
pushing buttons.
He's just pushing buttons. It's Tom's will.
With guest stars.
You know, there is one that he says, The Fugitive.
The Fugitive.
Thank you.
The first one we're playing, play that first one again. It's
Okay.
we're going to play at your memorial. It's
Okay, go.
The Funeral. Starring Tom Griswold.
As himself.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
We were sitting around the bar last Friday night just drinking and wondering what it'd be like if we picked the right numbers and hit the lottery. It was me, Bill, Sid, Harold, and Stan. Each of us had a different plan, and we all agreed how great getting rich would be.
Well, the first thing I'd do with all that cash is throw myself one hell of a bash. There'd be beer and hookers, pimps, and a circus clown. Then I'd get a new couch and reclining chair, maybe 4 mag wheels and central air. I tell ya, I'd have the classiest trailer in town. So next week when each winning number falls, I hope to see that lottery girl pulling out my balls. $1 million would sure improve our lives.
Well, hello. It's 9 o'clock at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
I like it.
We were talking about playoffs because both the NHL and the NBA are trying to figure out what they're going to do. And at this point, nothing's very clear about much of anything.
At this point, if the NBA season started, I don't know, July 1st and had a 2-week tournament, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, who knows what they're going to end up doing? NHL's talking about doing it where in North Dakota.
They sure are.
Maybe with no crowd there.
Slack Knife, North Dakota.
Now, Christy Lee is in the next room over there behind the glass.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. The clouds will move away and we'll have sunshine later today, a high of 76. Thunderstorms move in overnight, low 59. And then partly cloudy on Wednesday with a high of 73. Cooling off for the next week or so, so you might want to enjoy these warmest temperatures of 2020. Currently 62.
And the lightning strikes.
What are you doing?
Is
Little Garth Brooks.
Garth. His one man, Garth Brooks.
Yeah, you haven't seen it,
Have you
right?
not seen
He takes
this?
it on the road with him. It's great.
This is your Garth Brooks tribute?
Let me tell you
exactly
something.
right, yeah.
For
Garth
2
Brooks.
hours, people are standing and applauding while Josh
It's
is
called
doing it.
I've Got You in Low Places.
That's right, yes.
Everyone is my friend.
That's right.
So
You're all
It's
my
shameless.
friends, and we're all down here together.
I am to Garth Brooks what Hal Holbrook is to Mark Twain.
He has T-shirts. Josh Arnold is Garth Brooks.
That's right.
Do you do his alter ego?
He closes with that.
Yeah, I do close with. Damn it! What's that guy's name?
Chris Gaines.
Chris Gaines.
I was going to say Steve Gaines.
You do the Chris Gaines honk? Okay, good to know. Thank you very much.
He doesn't care for it. That's why I couldn't remember.
Be listening throughout the day on Q95 for a shot at some serious cash. Details forthcoming. And also the Bob and Tom party is coming up in about an hour.
The after party?
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Thank you very much. A little tip in there. Let's see. That's Josh. That's Chick. That's Ace Cosby over there. This is Tom speaking. We're in one big room. Socially distant enough, I think, by law to be okay. Through the glass, it's Mr. Pat Godwin and Ms. Christy Lee over there. They have their own little separate rooms. Thank you very much. And then all the way electronically delivered into our room here, it's Jess Hooker from our staff with her hair not in a bun. She's actually in her bedroom.
Yes, I am.
But not wearing pajamas.
Not wearing pajamas. Wearing my quarantine outfit, which is basketball shorts and a quarter zip or a hoodie. So.
There you go. Yeah,
very,
comfy.
very good.
Yeah.
Have you acquired a proper face mask for quarantine times?
I actually went through my sewing kit and found some fabric. Have you guys ordered? So you can, when you sew your own mask, you can put a pocket in it so that you can do filters.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, well, I'm having our cake lady happens to be a seamstress, and Amy is currently sewing away, and I'll be bringing them in tomorrow for everybody.
Thank you very much for that.
nice.
There's a how-to online that you can take.
Here's one right here.
You can take furnace filters and cut. If
Well,
they're the
hey,
right furnace filter.
yeah, there's
Well, I told Amy to
furnace
use asbestos.
Yeah, that's a great
good.
idea.
Okay,
Because,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just for hours?
Sure.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then I have a commercial. I had her to print the commercial for that
Mesothelioma.
Yeah, the mesothelioma. It'll fit just in the
Well,
just
be
enough
careful.
letters to fit across the.
If you're using household items as a filter, make sure that they're fiberglass free. A lot of those filters have fiberglass.
Well, I've been using Corning insulation. Is that?
Yeah, that might be bad.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, well, there are proper instructions on the internet. Just be careful. Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Now, Pat Godwin has his guitar out. Do you have a song about this?
I come from a theatrical family, and my sister right now is fashioning these devices.
What did she?
Who's
She makes-
speaking?
She makes from
What
things
did
she
I'm sorry.
finds.
Did Richard Simmons take over your body?
What the hell? Are you doing a character? It would help if you would tell us what you're supposed to be
right.
doing.
Freddie
Is he
Flamer?
doing a-
Introduce yourself.
Is he doing a character?
No, I don't know what I'm doing. My sister's in the theater, and she actually, this is the truth, she's in a little improv group. They're called the Yes Anders, and she is making masks out of the stuff she finds around the theater down in Huntsville, Alabama. So I thought I'd do a tribute to her.
Oh, terrific.
I take you old Broadway. Here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
I've sewn a costume for my face and made myself a little mask.
Oh, my Lord in heaven.
I've sewn a costume for my hands, made gloves tied with rubber bands to go to the store. Chick, I must make more. And I say a little prayer while cutting up old underwear. I sew face masks from old jockeys and funky BVDs. There's holes there for my eyes and mouth, and please, dear God, don't sneeze. I've sewn a costume for my mouth. A costume with a hole. I've sewn a costume for my face.
Brilliant.
Costume for my face.
One of the greatest songs in the history of Broadway.
Yes.
Grown accustomed to your face.
With BVDs in it being
What
cut up
show
to
is
make
that? What show is that from?
My Fair Lady.
My Fair. That's the
My
talk
Fair
sing.
Lady.
I've grown accustomed to your face, like breathing out and breathing in. Those are, I bet those are some pretty wacky chords there, Pat.
Yeah, old Broadway chords.
Yeah.
Nice job there.
Very nice.
Oh, thank you very much.
Perhaps next time through we should introduce him as some thespian.
Yeah, you have a name for the thespian
Like
character?
Alfred Lunt.
it's me.
Alfred Lunt?
Alfred
It's
Lunt.
famous Broadway.
Yeah,
the
but
Lunts,
still.
the husband and wife. Well, since that's
Or
mostly
Frank Fontaine, or-
that was primarily a Rex Harrison.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, indeed.
Dean
In the
Martin made
movie,
it popular.
absolutely.
How about Rex Harrison?
Oh,
Because
yes.
there's
E-Rex.
a boner joking.
I like that very much.
No.
No, you don't care for that? Okay.
How about
T-Rex?
Rex Hogmalian? How about that?
Oh, that's not bad.
Hello, Rex Hogmalian here.
From not Pygmalion.
Right.
Hog. Man, okay.
Okay. Well, we'll work on that, Pat.
1956, that show started.
What was the name of the character? I can't remember. Was
Lerner and Lowe.
No.
Molly Golightly? No, that was in Breakfast at Tiffany.
Rex Harrison
Rex
is
Harrison's-
Professor Henry Higgins.
Henry Higgins.
Henry Higgins.
yes.
Stanley Holloway as Alfred Doolittle. Wilfred
Oh.
Hyde White as Colonel Hugh Pickering.
That's right.
It was Delilah Doolittle, right?
Eliza.
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 Like the Schuyler sisters. Eliza. Sorry.
Okay. Now, let's see, where were we? Oh, we were going to go back to the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk with Christy Lee.
The giant pandas at Hong Kong Zoo have mated for the first time in 10 years.
Wow.
Ying Ying and Li Li at Hong Kong's Ocean Park successfully mated on Monday.
Like a fire hose.
Oh, boy.
Michael Booz, executive director of the park's zoological operations and conservation, said, quote, the successful natural mating process today is extremely exciting news for all of us, as the chance of pregnancy via natural mating a lot higher than by artificial insemination.
I forget my real last name.
I know more about pandas.
It's BOOS.
Doesn't matter.
Scale. He added if the mating was successful, signs of pregnancy, including hormonal fluctuations and behavioral changes, may be observed as early as late June.
So I assume that this zoo, like every other zoo, is closed down.
Mm-hmm.
So is the reason that these pandas mated because they finally got some privacy?
Maybe.
Oh, that's
That could
interesting.
be.
Or they knew there was a pandemic and went, hey, it's now or never.
Yeah,
Huh?
no joke.
Got the name Panda right in it. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
A pandemic? That sounds adorable.
You know me. That's
Yes.
my dream. I want to be a panda nanny.
I just think they're so happy they don't have all those, people
Gawkers.
staring at them.
It's hard to do it with people watching,
All the
isn't it?
looky-loos looking at us constantly.
Looky-loos. That sounds like a Missouri thing.
Hey, you looky-loos.
Looky-loos?
Yeah, got Ozark.
Yeah. But, is there going to be a baby boom after this?
Well, that's what everybody's
For sure.
I would
saying.
think.
Are the divorce lawyers advertising yet
Well,
for
there'll
this?
be both of those things coming up.
Yeah. That's probably. That's a
I wonder which will be high.
There's a fist fight everywhere.
We were talking about this at dinner the other night. There's a great sociological experiment right now because what will be higher, the babies or the divorce rate?
Well, in many cases, they'll be at the same time.
Look at this, Tom.
Well, there's that.
That's the panda nanny hard at work. Are you kidding me?
Look at all. Oh, you've got to do it.
How do they know which panda baby's which?
Oh, they have to put a ribbon around them.
They'd have to do something.
That's a stack of.
Don't be pandacist. They don't all look the same.
They all look the same to me. And you know what? They all act the same,
Do they?
too. So not one of them a dentist.
No.
Thank you very.
What is
very
the
much.
what is the name? What are the names of the ones that have just?
Ying Ying and Li Li.
Okay. Oh, that reminds me. Did you see this thing out
Yes.
of India?
A pair of twins born in India during the coronavirus lockdown have been named COVID and Corona.
Isn't that nice?
Mother
No.
Preeti Verma, who gave birth to the boy and girl last week, said, quote, there's a lot of apprehensiveness going on. Wait a minute. There's a lot of apprehension nowadays regarding the virus. We wish to ease the anxiety and fear associated with these words and also make the occasion memorable. That is her quote.
You're nuts.
She said her husband.
Yes, they're,
Take the kids away from
Yeah,
her.
their cousin. Smallpox.
Yeah.
She said her husband made the instant decision to name their twins COVID, which will be the boy, Corona, which would be the girl.
A bubonics. The
Hospital.
little brother.
Public relations officer said both mom and babies are doing well. According to Preeti, her husband, Vinay Verma, had to take her to the hospital on his motorcycle, and they were stopped by police checkpoints along the way.
Sounds like they've got it all together.
Well, it's in India. There's a ton of motorcycles.
Shut up.
It's mostly motorcycles.
I guess if you name your daughter Corona, nobody's going to touch her. Think they'll
Were you-
remember?
I don't want to correct you, but were you paying attention?
No.
What about Rona Barrett?
Oh, you're right. Corona is the girl. You're right. I'm sorry. I was about to.
Okay.
What?
Rona Barrett? You remember
Yeah,
Rona
that's
Barrett?
right. Rona Barrett. Was she a gossip columnist?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's going to go near Corona.
Why
That's
does- I
true.
think they should name the kid Pandemic. That sounds like someone who'd be drafted in the NFL in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, maybe.
Drafting Lucius Pandemic.
Well, Pandemic's the last name you're thinking.
Pandemic Johnson from UCLA.
Yeah, who names their kid COVID and Corona?
Well, it's
COVID's
sad.
kind of a cool name, COVID.
Really?
Well, I mean,
it sounds
now
cool.
Now it's
before.
not.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
It sounded cool
A year ago,
before.
somebody went, my son COVID. I'd be like, oh, that's a cool name.
Wow, that's
That's
cool.
interesting.
Yes, hi, we're parents and we want to go worldwide viral. Who's this really about?
Yeah, exactly. There soon won't
It's a
be any
shame.
more Corona beer during the coronavirus. Grupo Modelo Brewery will stop brewing Corona beer because it's been deemed non-essential by the Mexican government.
Whoa.
Grupo Modelo, which is part of the brewing group Anheuser-Busch InBev, operates 11 breweries in Mexico.
What about Modelo? Is that
Yeah, I don't know. What about them?
What beer are we going to make fun of when peeing?
I know.
When peeing?
I thought it was...
When urinating, you don't do Corona beer jokes?
No.
Rather light. Guess it's just my friends.
You pee with your friends?
Yes, I pee with my friends all the time. Like to get a big circle.
What's the joke? Sex close to water? What's that?
It's sex in a canoe.
Why is sex in a canoe like Corona beer?
It's not, no, Corona's not weak. It's good.
Corona's
Delicious.
great.
Light beer?
I stocked up. You got to stock up.
Put a lime in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, scientists have determined.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. Scientists have determined that the coronavirus pandemic is making the Earth vibrate less. This is interesting. Seismologists are observing less ambient seismic noise generated by cars, trains, buses, and people, which translates to less movement of the Earth's upper crust.
Have seismologists ever predicted an earthquake?
No.
I'm done with them.
How do you pronounce this guy's name? Lecoq.
Lecoq.
French guy.
Now, if it was
Chamish-
Lecoq, it'd be really unusual.
He's actually
but that's in
Belgian.
today's world, that does happen. We need to take a break here, Christy. We'll come back with this story because we're going to talk
Okay.
with Larry the Cable Guy
Oh,
in just
that's
a couple
right.
of minutes. But right now, I want to remind you, now more than ever, you need to have your stuff secure.
You have to have your compound safe, Tom.
Yeah.
That's why I do what I did, and Tom did, and Christy did, and now Josh is doing.
Yeah.
It's Simply Safe Home Security, the do-it-yourself system we've talked to you about. Wireless, magnetic technology, and a big announcement coming from the compound.
Yes?
Yeah, right. I ordered another camera.
Another 7?
That's
You're gonna do
exactly. I've
7?
got 7 cameras because I needed one camera dedicated to my new fence, so I could look at it and think, that's my fence.
Well, aren't you something?
Simply Safe makes it easy to finally get comprehensive protection for your home. It's so good. You forget it's there. It's amazing. No technician or salesperson comes over and walks around, traipses around, touches your stuff. Nobody.
Sneezing on your food.
Exactly right. Don't pay any outrageous monthly fees either for Simply Safe. Order it online. You set it up. No wires, magnet technology, glass sensors, door brakes, motion detectors, cameras. They've got it all for just about 50 cents a day. And not only myself would like to introduce myself. Fan of Simply Safe. U.S. News and World Report says Simply Safe is the best overall home security of 2020. And right now, when you head to simplysafetom.com, our listeners get free shipping and a 60-day risk-free trial. That's simplysafetom.com. Make sure that our show sent you, put that Tom in there, simplysafetom.com. From Simply Safe and all of us here, wishing you safety and good health.
Thank you, Simply Safe. We come back. Larry the Cable Guy. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom. 24/7. Oh, yeah.
The Monologues with Gostaki Economopoulos and comedian Larry the Cable Guy on the way. Thanks so much for joining us this morning here on the Bob and Tom Show. Yes, we are here live. It is Tuesday, April the 7th. We'll be here as long as we can, keeping our social distance, washing our hands, and making sure we all stay safe. But, you know, we have to keep things funny and on the up, ha-ha kind of thing. So we're glad you're joining us right here on Bob and Tom 24/7, and more of that funny ha-ha kind of thing coming up.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Lady Gaga, Paul McCartney, Keith Urban, and Lizzo are among the performers for the One World Together at Home TV special on April 18th on multiple networks. Lady Gaga says the advocacy group Global Citizen has already tapped corporate sponsors and philanthropists to raise $35 million for the World Health Organization to fight the coronavirus. The special will celebrate healthcare workers and the power of the human spirit. Other performers include Billie Joe Armstrong, Casey Musgraves, John Legend, Alanis Morissette, Billie Eilish, Stevie Wonder, Eddie Vedder, and Elton John. Dolly Parton, Rascal Flatts, and Vince Gill are among the acts who will pay tribute to Kenny Rogers in a CMT special airing tomorrow. They will perform remotely for the special CMT Giants, Kenny Rogers, a benefit for Music Cares. Other performers include Lionel Richie, Gavin DeGraw, Jason Isbell, and Amanda Shires, Jennifer Nettles, Lady Antebellum, and Rita Wilson will be your host. It's probably one of the most memorable scenes in a James Bond film. and the actress who made it happen has passed away. British actress Honor Blackman has died in England at the age of 94. She's best known for playing Pussy Galore in Goldfinger. Her introduction by herself, by name, to Bond, played by Sean Connery, produced an incredulous smile from 007. Blackman also played a leather-clad anthropologist with martial arts skills in the 1960s TV series The Avengers. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
I'm not sure if you guys heard or not, but I heard with this pandemic, since some people can't leave their house, there's a condom shortage.
Oh.
What? I didn't know.
I heard some people washing out their rubbers and reusing them.
Donnie.
I swear to God. You're thinking what I'm thinking. Thank God every rubber's got two sides. Because could you imagine? When I come from the school, you're supposed to turn the rubber inside out and leave it in the sun for 12 hours.
Really?
Right.
Put it right next to the sun tea, Josh. When the sun tea's ready, so's your rubbers.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
The music's too loud. It's giving me a headache. The music's too loud. There's a big line at the bathroom. What's that sticking in his nostril? Which one is Ozzy? What's that funny smell in here?
10:18 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Waiting for that after party, baby.
We're going to talk with Larry the Cable Guy shortly. Also, stick around on Q95 today. Listen for the shots at $1,000. Right now, we have a shot at the weather with Christy Lee.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Clouds moving out, sunshine 76 today. Thunderstorms tonight down to 59, and then partly cloudy and 73 on Wednesday.
Thunder roll.
Yeah, it's 63 right now.
We're going to talk with Larry the Cable Guy, I think, and he's got a new stand-up special. It's called Remain Seated. It'll be available at the Comedy Dynamics Network. Details on that coming up.
And I think we've lost Jess underneath the pillows in her bedroom.
Where is she? I don't know.
I'm concerned.
We'll find out more about that later. Now, I will also remind you that we have our Bob and Tom after party coming up at 10 o'clock with some great music from Q95, so stick around for that. And did I mention that we'd like to help you pay some bills? Be listening for... Crystal's going to have more shots at some cash coming up. I want to say about 10:30. So pay close attention. Listen for the guy with the, as we like to say, mellifluous voice. It's not Ace Cosby.
It's you big jerk.
We'll try to get another song out of Mr. Pat Godwin. That last one was great, Pat.
Yes.
Funny.
Thank you.
What's the first line?
I've sewn a costume to your face.
It's about making masks.
Right.
And there are correct instructions in several places on the internet. Yeah, don't be putting fiberglass in your mask.
Well, my goodness, no.
Well, of course not.
Yeah,
I know.
There's some jokester that thinks this is hilarious. But we are going to be. I'm going to have masks for all you guys tomorrow. I think.
I can't wait.
Do you like this color?
Very much so.
Very
Yeah.
much.
Are they gonna,
What is that, nice denim for you?
Mine's going to have Mine going to have a C on it? Are we going to be monogrammed?
Oh, that'd
No,
be
we're going to keep
What?
it just, no,
Hopefully Christie's doesn't have a C on it.
Mine would be a K.
That's mean. That's not what he meant.
I know what he
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
Oh, she knows
Creep.
We got Ace, we got Chick, we got Josh. In the isolation booth, it's Pat Godwin, voted off the island. We're all 10 feet apart or more. Christy Lee's right over there. And we are going to hook up with Larry the Cable Guy. I believe we have him on the phone already. Can you hear me, sir?
Hello.
There we go.
Larry!
How are you?
Boy, I tell you what, I haven't talked to you in a while.
It's been a minute.
Are you all locked up somewhere?
Right now, we're at a huge party down here. Me and my wife and my kids. Yeah, I haven't left this place. I have not left my house since February
I mean, I take my kid hunting. We go sit in tree stands and try to shoot coyotes. Other than that, that's about it.
Okay.
Well, now I know you've got
February.
Well, your timing is right because people have a lot of time to watch stuff, and I know that your new special is entitled "Remain Seated," which is hilarious, and it's available through the Comedy Dynamics Network. Tell me how you find that.
You know what? It's everything. DirecTV, Dish Network, Hulu, YouTube, any kind of app that broadcasts anything. That's what it goes to.
Okay.
It's all social media, and that all. I mean, I could read them all off, but there's hundreds of them. So
well, that's good. It's hard because it is kind of hard to find stuff these days.
That's available today on all of those apps and however you watch your shows and movies and specials. It's on all of that stuff today. So hope they enjoy it. It's my first one in a long time, and my first solo one. You know, I did stuff with Jeff and Bill called Them Idiots, and then Jeff and I toured together, and we did a thing called We've Been Thinking, and so this is. I looked down and I said, man, I got like another hour of new material. And then they came and knocked, and I said, I'll do it. So here we go.
Now, I don't know if you know this, but Reno Collier is now a regular on our show. He speaks very highly of you.
Who is it again? Hey, Reno's the real life Peter Griffin. I mean, I know he's lost a lot of weight. Now he looks like a Civil War general. But back in the day, back in the day when he had more pounds on him, he looked exactly like the real life Peter Griffin.
He did, yeah.
Well, Reno blames himself for your love of the game of golf. He says you didn't want to play at all, and then he finally got you on the course, and now I guess you like it very much. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's definitely his fault. I'm hooked on it now, but I remember I used to come on the bus when we were on tour, and Reno would be watching the Masters, and I'd be like, what are you doing? The baseball game's on. I don't want to watch this crap. And he goes, it's the Masters. I go, Reno, nobody cares about golf. It's the most boring game. And then, then all of a sudden, I got invited to play in a couple of these charity events, and I didn't really play. So I would just kind of drive around in the cart with a megaphone making fun of people. So I said, well, I'd like to learn how to play this game. So that's what happened. And I got hooked on it, and now I'm way better than Reno will ever think of me.
Well, the way things are going for Reno, he's going to be tending greens pretty soon if the clubs don't open back up. We're speaking with Larry the Cable Guy.
I toured with Reno. Reno was my opening act for a good 10 years, and he's one of my all-time greatest friends, and I love him to death. You got a good one, man, because he's a funny guy.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah, he's coming in here a lot, and we're very happy to have him. Once again, we're speaking with Larry the Cable Guy. The new comedy special is entitled "Remain Seated." And you mentioned you're remaining at home right now. Are you binging anything else? Because we're telling people they got to watch cool stuff. Are you watching, for example, Tiger King?
You know what? I haven't watched this Tiger King. My wife did. I guess that's a big thing to do, but I haven't done any of that. I'm too bad. We got to teach these kids all kinds of. I'm trying to learn them all the school stuff that they. I was homeschooled when I was a kid, so and I finished second in my class. So, I actually didn't read. It wasn't until 5 years ago my mom told me she made the dog valedictorian. So that's not going very good. I'm trying to do this Common Core. You do this Common Core garbage?
Sure.
It's what the schools have done is they figured out a 12-step program to solve a math problem. So by the time you're done teaching your kids that, you're going to have to enter a 12-step alcoholic program because it's killing me.
Yeah, they seem.
It's just you never get used to any of this stuff. I got to tell you, my kids, I love them to death. They're the best. In fact, I think probably the thing with my kids and being able to hang out with them stuff, I'll never forget Valentine or Father's Day. Father's Day, they drew a picture of me. This is how bad I am. My kids drew a picture of me for Father's Day, and they drew this nice card and a picture of me, and it said, "We love you, Daddy," and they gave me the card. And I felt bad because I looked at the card, and instead of thinking I have wonderful kids and I love them so much, the only thing that I thought when they gave me that card was, am I that fat? And it bugged me. And I said, well, this is nice, kids, but I'm not that fat. And they go, yes, Dad, that's what you look like. And I said, no, it isn't. And then they put the picture up to my cell phone, and it unlocked my phone.
Larry the Cable Guy is our guest, and the distinguished comedian, golfer, hunter, and big Nebraska fan.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Boy, I enjoy. I don't know if you've seen any of the. I do a lot of those charity golf tournaments, and I got submitted to PGA Shot of the Year because I banked it on the 16th hole at Pebble Beach. I did a sand shot. I came out too hard out of the sand, flew over, hit the stands, bounced in the rough, bounced again, and landed 8 feet from the green. No, sorry, 8 feet from the hole, not the green.
Oh, wow. Even better.
And it was awesome. I always say, I'm the only golfer in the history of golf that has appeared on Golf Channel and Court TV on the same day. So I don't want to brag about that.
Once again, Larry's new show is Remain Seated. It's a stand-up special, all new comedy from the great Larry the Cable Guy. And I know you've got a little bit of free time, everybody, so you can enjoy that on virtually all the networks. I'm sure you just go and type in Larry the Cable Guy, or you can go to LarryTheCableGuy.com, or even I'm sorry, I was going to say, or at Get Her Done Larry, which is GITRDONE Larry.
That's right. There's different ways to spell it, but if you're going to get me, it's GITRDONE. Let you Get Her Done Larry. That's right.
I want to make sure
all different ways to spell it. But I'll tell you what, the Lord really works in mysterious ways for my career. I put this out, and I'm thinking to myself, if only there was some kind of a thing that would force people to stay in their homes and watch my special. And by golly, here comes the virus. I'll tell you what, it goes so well for me.
Well, Larry, it's always a great pleasure. Larry the Cable Guy, the show is once again the new special, Remain Seated. It's always a great pleasure, Larry. We hope to see you in the studio soon when everybody can get out and run around again, and we'll bring Reno up so you guys can talk old times.
Boy, do it. I love him to death. Hey, and I would be remiss if I didn't say God bless the great Vic Henley, who we lost yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
One of our best friends.
Yes.
And
great comedian Vic Henley
I would
died
be
of an
remiss
embolism.
if I didn't mention that. So salute to him, War Eagle. He was an Auburn fan, so God bless Vic.
Thank you very much, Larry. See you later. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, guys. Hey,
Sure.
Get Her Done. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Larry.
Yeah, I know he's ready to sign off when we get the Get Her Done. Yeah, Vic Henley, a great comedian.
passed away.
Died of, and again, I know this is a weird thing to say, but it was not coronavirus.
No.
It's so odd with all these obituaries lately. They make a big point of the great Bill Withers. My God.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, by the way, and Bill Withers, the guy from Ain't No Sunshine and
Lean on Me.
Still Bill, Lean on Me.
Use Me. Oh,
Interesting life story. He was in the Navy. Learned how to play the guitar got a guitar at a pawn shop.
He was on McHale's Navy.
Probably one of Pat's. And he And he quit the music business after 10 years, but wrote some of the best songs of all time.
Absolutely. Couldn't stand the people in the music business.
He did not die of coronavirus. They made a point to say that. So,
lovely day. Grandma's hands.
Oh, that's great.
I love Bill Withers.
Plus Adjustments, I believe, was the title of one of his albums.
Terrific.
Great stuff. Great stuff. In any event, a number of other things in the obituary page today. The great Honor Blackman, best known, of course, as Pussy Galore. That was her name in the James Bond film Goldfinger.
I was sad to hear of her passing, but you know what I was most sad about?
That you'd hear about it 85 times this morning?
No, that I'd hear about it 85 times.
You were sad to hear of her passing. You were even sadder to hear that Tom had heard of her passing.
That's exactly right. I tried to keep it on the DL, as the kids say.
Times like this, I wish I were writing headlines.
What would you say?
What would it be?
Pussy no more.
Oh, boy. Thankfully, you're not.
Man. I don't know what I was worried about.
All righty. Oh, hey, there's Jess back. Hey, Jess.
She's it looks like a wardrobe change. You have a wardrobe change?
No, I didn't have a wardrobe. No, but I made some breakfast.
Did you open
Did
you open the curtains? Is that what's going on? It looks brighter.
I did,
in there.
actually. Yes, I did. Now that we have some sunlight.
Okay, all right. Once again, Jess is broadcasting from her bedroom.
Why are there bells on the headboard? What's that all about? It's just decorative?
No, this is actually a room divider that I mounted to the wall as a headboard. So I couldn't find a headboard that I liked, and I found this, and
looks
I liked
terrific.
it.
So sometimes you'll hear jingle bells. It won't even be Christmas because Santa only comes once a year, to get back to the classic. See, it all ties in.
What'd you have for breakfast? You made breakfast?
Yeah, I made some sausage and eggs. One of the perks of working from home, you can run down at the break and make some breakfast.
Sounds
fresh
delicious.
Coffee.
Okay, well, now, Christy is not making us breakfast, but she is passing along things in the world of news.
And this is kind of interesting because would you raise your own food, like live animals, and then eat it?
That's got to be tough. I don't think having a chicken would count, would it?
Well, a high school in Japan chick features a class called Class of Life. It's a controversial school project that aims to teach students about valuing their food by having them raise and eat animals like fish and chickens.
Okay. That's smart. And I've been saying life skills classes, we need them all over the country.
A lot of people on social media are saying this is a really good time to be teaching your kids life skill stuff because they're at home, you're at home. Show them how to change a tire. Show them how to
sweep a room.
Yeah, do the laundry. Yeah,
sweep a room. He said. Has there been a problem, Tom?
There's 7.
Yeah, I bet you have very exacting specifications.
I've been teaching my girlfriend's 3-year-old a few things, and if she doesn't have my taxes done today, she's out.
How many delays can one person have?
Can you imagine Tom's kids when they're his age?
Man, oh man.
Just trying to teach them.
I think I can imagine some of them. Yeah.
They have to take their plates from the dining room table. Well, it's not a dining room, but the table's right there in the kitchen. But they have to take them over to the sink.
Sure.
Just baby steps.
Push their chairs in.
But I'm missing my favorite broom, which is I've looked everywhere.
How do you lose a broom?
I don't know. Huh. It's driving me nuts.
When your 4-year-old takes her dish to the sink, does she set it gently next to the sink or slam dunk it into the sink?
Yes, the latter.
Like Dominique Wilkins.
And usually dumps half of it on the floor. But at least we're teaching. And then I have to go look for my favorite broom, which I can't find. I don't want to go to
steal a broom.
It's it's like a 4-foot broom with a whisk broom on the end, so it's perfect for
maybe your daughters are playing Wicked in their bedroom.
I don't know. Could be. I'm not sure what's going on.
Little junior witches.
So this controversial thing in Japan is so they raise chickens and then eat them.
Video from high school showed students preparing chicken eggs for hatching, raising the chicks for several months, and finally killing, cooking, and eating the chickens.
Wait till my kids find out we're having rabbit stew Easter instead of ham this year.
So they have to wring the chicken's neck then, right? Or something.
They have to kill the chicken.
Sneak up behind it and cut its neck. Or
better than bats. I guess they do that in China.
Oh,
presumably, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. All my fault. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm.
Well, no.
I think it's smart. I think they need to learn about life.
Sure.
Who taught you how to write a check? Do you remember the process?
Yeah. We were taught in school.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
I don't think we covered that in school.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I think people need to learn about credit cards and changing tires and furnaces and all kinds of stuff that
Dryers that could overheat.
I mean, I know
You
some
aren't
guy,
paying
it's a
attention.
man of a certain age, doesn't know if he has gas or electric.
Yeah, what kind of idiot would not know?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, no, that's only a true story. Give me the teaser, Christy.
Well, we have a couple of wedding stories coming up in the news. Actually, some.
There is love.
Yeah, some love in this time of
one
pandemic.
of my closest friends' daughter had to cancel her wedding, and wow.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends in the wedding industry that are being devastated too.
Is that a disappointment?
No, she's losing her mind. So, it's all about her. In case you didn't check news.
Okay.
Well, we know how Tom feels.
Damn brides seem to think.
Yeah, the wedding's about them.
They've only been planning it for a year.
Me.
There are other issues in the world. Well, could we take the motor out of that ventilator so I have a fan when I'm doing my vows?
I believe it was somebody on the show Friends that said this woman hasn't been planning her wedding for a year. She's been planning it since she was 5 years old.
Yeah.
Which taught me never to give a bride a hard time.
These are difficult times, and I want to remind you that our friends at Napa are aware that they care about communities across America, and they are part of all those communities. And Napa's doing something special right now. They want to be sure to serve you, to make sure that your vehicles are running.
You can't drive around in your car crying unless your car runs.
Good point.
Yes, there you go. Napa Auto Parts stores can help you get that truck or that car back on top of things. Auto Care Centers, of course, Napa Auto Care Centers. You can also find all the stuff you need at NapaOnline.com. You've got some extra time now. It's time to get the car all tweaked out. Same for your truck. If you're heading to the store or on your way to work, there's very important things going on right now, and you got to be part of them. You got to keep your car running. Napa is here to provide quality parts and superior service to everyone on the road. They have what we call Napa know-how, and our friends at Napa have been doing it for a long time. So keep your truck and your car safe, up, and running, thanks to Napa and Napa know-how. Don't forget, NapaOnline.com to get those parts that you need to get everything in place right now. When we come back, we also have a little bit of alligator news. Mm-hmm. Of course. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
You can find us on Twitter at Bob and Tom, or you can email us at bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom 24/7.
For everything Bob and Tom, check out one spot, bobandtom.com. Pretty easy to remember. We've got all the latest highlights, news, and information, plus links to all of our social media sites. We know you kids love your social media. Of course, much, much more. Don't forget, you can always email us, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. Try to get a request of a comedian, a bit, a song you haven't heard in a while. We'll see if we can't get it on for you right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The NFL has scrapped plans to hold their draft in Vegas. Instead, it will be done in a virtual format with team personnel working from their homes. In a memo sent to the 32 teams, NFL Commissioner Goodell outlined procedures for the April 23rd through the 25th draft. The guidelines include no group gatherings. The NFL canceled all public events last month as a safeguard against the coronavirus. Major League Baseball thinking of putting all 30 teams in the Phoenix area and playing in empty ballparks. Among the ideas discussed yesterday by the Players Association, the sides held a telephone call to talk about paths forward for a season delayed by the new pandemic, people familiar with that discussion. And Hall of Fame outfielder Al Kaline, who played his entire 22-season career for Detroit, died yesterday at his home in Michigan. Mr. Tiger, as he was known, was 85. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Gee, Bev, what gives? Is something eating at you?
I should be so lucky. Ted's been working so many hours that he's too tired to even touch me anymore.
Sound familiar? Hello, I'm Dr. Pierce Kuntz, head of the Idlewood Institute. Our research has found that lack of sleep often leads to lack of sex. That's why we here at the Idlewood Institute have developed Slumber Lumber. Slumber Lumber is a combination of a mild sleep aid and blood gorging agent. The active ingredient in Slumber Lumber, somanucanol, ensures that when you doze, it grows.
I gave Ted some slumber lumber, and I've never seen him sleep deeper. And deeper, and oh my God, even deeper.
With Slumber Lumber, you'll wake up refreshed.
And satisfied. Hi, I'm Dr. Virginia T. Watson. And thanks to Slumber Lumber, while your man is getting his Z's, you'll be getting your O's. Multiple O's. In fact, our testing has shown Slumber Lumber to be much more effective than inferior products, such as Durvolvitrol or Noctocoglyacin.
Wow, Ted, you were up all night.
Yeah, and I never slept better.
If Slumber Lumber lasts for more than 4 hours, consult your physician or try new Flaciderm ointment, now with more Limprin.
Hey, Doc, my wife works a lot of hours too. Is there something for gals that allows them to have sex while they're sleeping?
Why, yes, marriage. Seriously, if you're a working gal, try new Labatrex with spredomycin.
Slumber Lumber, from the makers of Pervitrol and Vagisilli Putty. Vagisilli Putty. Put the fun back in yeast infections. Slumber Lumber may not be appropriate for everyone. Sleepwalkers and bedwetters may experience less than satisfactory results.
It's 9:44 at Q95, and I want to tell you, Tom, I'm holding a baseball bat. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Watch him.
Uh-oh. Who you hitting?
Well, it depends. Where it breaks out.
You mean, who's he going to swing and miss?
Well, he'll walk over there and capone you right here.
Would it get lost in all the bad news that I radio host hit bat with?
Hey, Griswold died. Corona? No, chick with a bat.
Chick with a bat.
No, Louisville Slugger. An update on the weather from Miss Christy Lee.
Q95 Fox 59 weather. Clouds move out. Sunshine today. Look for a high of 76. Thunderstorms overnight. Low 59.
Moving out.
Yeah, it's sunny out there right now. Partly cloudy tomorrow, 73. 64 we've warmed up to.
When are the storms coming in? I couldn't hear. Someone was talking.
Tonight, late.
What's the high today?
75.
What's the high tomorrow?
Or 76 or 77.
That's right. All for that.
Pick a number.
Wow, a bicentennial joke. Funny stuff.
It was funny. It could also be a plane joke. The spirit of 76.
Yeah.
A what?
I'm sorry.
76.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Octopussy? I forgot.
That was the name of the Maude Adams character in one of the James Bond films. Of course, the most famous femme fatale of any James Bond movie,
Femme
of course,
fatale.
Was.
The movie.
Well, I think they had some standards. Although,
boy.
I can only imagine when the studio went to say, well, what are we going to call this next one?
Yeah.
And they went Octopussy, and the guy went, okay. Really?
No, I don't think so.
Doesn't Honor Blackman sound like the headline of the Million Man March?
Yeah.
It does.
There you go. Can we go back to the Spirit of 76 joke?
Honor, it really does.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Let's see now. There's Josh. That's Chick. There's Ace and Tom. We're in the big room, separated by at least 10 feet. Mr. Godwin is at the kids' table. You got your guitar there, Pat?
Always.
Okay. And then in another room over there, it's Christy Lee twirling her hair.
I am twirling my
Christy.
hair.
Yeah, what do you got over there right now?
Well, we have a really.
Jess is there too. I keep looking
Jess.
in there, not there. Jess Hooker is in her bedroom with a camera on her.
A couple in New Orleans.
Not the first time, by the way.
Wow.
No, definitely the first time.
Oh, okay.
She's wearing pants too. We
Gave you a
found out
chance
she's
to
wearing
defend
pants.
yourself. Okay. It's got to be hard to explain though when people come over to your house. Well, I guess they can't come over to your house, but if they did have, why you've got this massive camera rig in your bedroom.
All this equipment, yeah.
And the ring light and.
Right. How can I monetize this, guys? Man, I wonder.
Oh, it's very simple.
So
Josh.
easily. Are you kidding me?
My wallet is Josh.
I'll never understand
Oh, I'm sorry.
why every woman isn't cam girling.
Well,
it makes no sense.
Because
You guys, I have seen where people are selling pictures of their feet and making
I know.
hundreds of thousands
You're
of
all
dollars.
nuts.
It's
Yeah.
nuts.
not right now. I can't get a pedicure.
Of course, are your feet pretty? What's the word I'm looking for?
Gnarly?
Gnarly right
Maintained?
now
I'm
because
sure they're
No.
I'm pretty sure they're presentable.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
but you haven't been able to get a pedicure for a
Yeah,
month.
mine are.
I know, but I can maintain mine on my own. I make sure that that's always up.
Let us see those sweet souls.
Hold on, guys.
Let's see those little
Oh my God!
Yeah, if you had done it, our
all the way down
VIP
Broadway.
membership up 1,000.
What she did was almost enough.
Yeah, the high kick. I'm sorry. Where were we? What do you got, Christy?
A couple in New Orleans have gotten married in a quarantine-friendly ceremony on their front porch. Alex Cotant and Darla Eden.
Come on.
Cotant.
The inventor of the sanitary napkin.
Not Kotex.
Cotent.
Potent.
And it's Darla Cotangent.
Exchanged vows in front of their door on Saturday in a ceremony that was officiated by a friend and witnessed by their neighbors. The couple had their first dance on the sidewalk in front of their house with live music provided by local musician Michael Dusan. He played 2 songs for them, both originals.
He couldn't play any of the wedding classics.
Darling, you darling, yes, I love you, darling.
Now, Pat Godwin is famous. He is no longer allowed. Pat is not allowed to play at weddings because, seriously, every wedding you've ever played, the couple's gotten divorced. Is that
That's
correct?
absolutely true. About 20 people. I sang the song Lighthouse, and all of them got divorced.
Lighthouse.
And that's
My
one of your
family-
originals?
Yeah.
Can you play a little bit of it for
Sure,
us?
sure.
You're my golden inspiration.
It stinks already. It stinks already.
You're my hope, my navigation.
Everybody.
Sean.
You're a lighthouse.
You're a
When
lighthouse.
life turns stormy sea.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it
Watch this next line.
Yeah.
In a wave of confusion, just look for me. You're a lighthouse.
Swoon.
That was it, right?
Time now to review what we learned on today's
Were
show.
you guaranteed a bridesmaid?
Yeah,
when
how
you
many
do that?
fathers of the bride turned to their buddy and went, I'm not paying this guy.
Time now for things we learned on the Bob and Tom Show, brought to you by Granger. Delivering the products that keep your facility running is what Granger does best. They've been doing it for 90 years. Visit Granger.com for whatever you need, whenever you need it. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
I was talking about these people who are doing these weddings, though, they're saving. Hey,
Yeah.
instead of spending
Thousands.
$10,000 on your wedding, you pay Alain Toussaint $50, whatever
Yeah.
the guy's name was.
Pat, is that song Lighthouse available anywhere online?
No.
Oh, okay. Somewhere Joe Exotic is going, hey, that's not bad.
Hey, that's a good song. When I get out of jail, I'm going to have that play.
No, I was humiliated. I stopped playing.
It's a bad time for a wedding, and a bad time to move also, because you can't get your friends to help. Sorry, look, I know
Oh, why don't
I'm social distancing. You're going to have to carry that cast iron barber chair down 4 sets of stairs by yourself.
Come on, I'll get you pizza and a ventilator.
So save some money. Get married now by having your friend do it with social distancing. I remember I can do it. Remember, I'm a certified.
That's right.
Something or other.
Officiant.
Jess can marry
You're
people.
an officiant.
I can, yes. I've canceled 2 weddings. Well, I haven't canceled 2 weddings, but 2 weddings have been canceled.
She married somebody at a White Castle. Remember that?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Wow.
Now, these people.
Where they met.
These people. Where was it in Texas?
Yeah,
Louisiana.
I put the story away. I don't remember.
Wow, it's a
I'm checked
commitment.
out. What do you mean? It was in New Orleans. It's
Okay, it's Louisiana.
Louisiana,
Okay, very
yes.
good, very good. They're going to honeymoon in the attic. It's the driest spot.
Yeah, New Orleans is always lovely.
Yeah, their roof was going to say, just married, save us.
As we climb out the roof, as we chainsawed a hole.
Whoa.
How much time, Mace? That's right.
Oh, we've been on.
Here's what we've learned? Oh, the actress who played Pussy Galore died.
Oh, I hadn't heard it.
Wow.
Honor Blackman. Once again, the headline, Pussy No More, of course. Let's see. Donnie Baker found his old Motley Crue jean jacket from high school. Let's see. A lady set the world record for hula hooping for 74 hours, although it's somewhat disputed. Apparently, she dropped it at some point.
No, the world record's 100 hours.
She dropped it at hour 58.
She dropped it, yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, she dropped it before.
Al
that, but they said it was
Kaline
okay.
sadly died.
Mr.
85.
Tiger.
Mr. Tiger, although these days Mr. Tiger sounds like one of the husbands of the guy,
Joe Exotic.
The guy in Tiger King, Joe Exotic.
Mr. Tiger.
Pat had a new Wayne Newton tribute out there. Yeah. That was nice.
Forgettable.
I thought it was very
Largely ignored.
There's a fake
Largely
news.
ignored.
Motor racing fans, there's a fake news story circulating. No, Disney did not buy a Formula One.
No.
Well, it says here they did. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Stools. Barely on Kostaki did a tribute to second tier holidays.
Yeah.
Which I thought was fascinating. Thank you very much. And we received this: for the love of God, play more Bert Camford.
Bert who?
Bert Camford.
Bert Camford.
Oh yeah. So
You
we'll do
say
that.
Comfort.
We'll get that.
What's
tomorrow.
wrong with you? I mean, I'm serious.
And Kenny Tarmac is gunning to get another McCurdy Award.
Oh, yeah.
So we hope he does well with that. And thank you very much. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Everything about the show is at bobandtom.com. Check it out now. State law.